Hello, welcome back to the Climate Podcast. Today we're here with Cap, Miguel, and obviously Ethan Robert.
I'm here.
We're here.
It's four of us. Usually it's just only 2 to 3, so it might look a little crowded, a little different, but we're making it work.
We're doing it. See the box on the table.
He's looking at your cup.
Look at my neck.
To the TV, I'll come in.
Oh my god.
You could if you didn't want to look at it.
No,
I think they're distracted.
You think so?
for me.
You can turn it off if you want. Turn it off if you want.
That even Dennis said he didn't want to see himself, and he starts looking at his neck.
I had it turned at me though when we did it. Eventually, I wasn't even think that.
Now we'll get into the talking. I don't even look at it.
Eventually, I want to have like obviously we're so secluded, but I want to have like more of a production room outside of like you know what I mean. So someone could set the production table and flip the camera scenes, whatever. Yeah,
Share stuff with Jamie in here.
but that's like basically like a smaller version of what the church runs. So yeah, the only downside of that is like if we would run an extra camera, the only way that like we would save that scene from an extra camera is we would flip it. This, you know what I mean? But it is technical. I don't want to get too far, and I can talk about that for hours.
Yeah. Oh, son, he said flip it.
Yeah, it's confusing, but how you guys doing?
How you doing, Miguel? How's life treating you now?
You're in Florida. That's first of all. Jenna asked me, was like, "Where's he stationed at?" I kind of forgot. So can you not only inform me but everybody else?
Is it location the exact?
Close. No, I'm in Jacksonville, Florida, so it's like right there by Georgia.
Okay.
But right now we're not in the water. We're up in the air. You know, whole ship up in the air.
Yeah, but what do you mean that you're up in the air?
We're in a maintenance period.
Okay.
Like, so our ship is like got scaffolding on it, and you know all the paint's rusted off.
You walk underneath it.
You can.
Have you?
Yeah. You need a safety vest.
Oh, sure. Yeah. In this case, it falls on you. Yeah, when it's stupid, you're welcome out here.
But yeah, it's torn apart right now basically, and it's just like, you know, we're on like it's called a barge. It's basically like it's just a floating apartment kind of. Our whole ship is on it.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, it's like temporary. Yeah. Yeah. So we're just like basically waiting. We get back in the water soon, so
So how long is that going to take for them to? Are they like you said maintenance? Would it be repairs or just maintenance?
just like a full thing, like a revamp of like the whole ship.
Yeah.
Like upgrades and like new equipment and works on this. But yeah, that'll be going on till like at least another year.
End of the year,
Yeah.
and you guys won't be out into the water in a sense deployed until then.
Yeah, because you know you can't just like
Wait, can you talk about deployment rotation?
drop it to the water and then like you're like, all right, you're ready to go. You gotta go through like the checks and like, you know.
Well, I didn't know like I didn't know like you're kind of stuck on one boat. I thought like if you're gonna be like, oh, you're getting deployed, you're gonna go do this. You know what I mean?
Signed to a ship.
I guess a ship. Yeah,
South Fleet will get anyway.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
But like you can get pulled like from like if they want to be like, all right, we're sending this ship out and we need another IT, they can be like, he's not doing anything. He's
So that's what that's your job, IT. How do you like it? Because I know that level.
Face, he loves it.
Well, I know because
He said,
honestly, because I'm like technical, like I like IT stuff, like in a sense of just I went to school for like CTC, so I didn't learn that in depth, but kind of like the basics. Like I like just being on a computer and like I know it goes crazy into it, you know what I mean? But like in a sense of someone that's doing it, like I know it's probably like very like intense, and if I feel like the IT world, it's always like growing, like there's never ending of like
Yeah.
you learn something 1 year or 1 month, then the next it's like, oh, this is how we do it now, you know what I mean? Yeah, because it learns like so quick. Yeah.
The good thing with that though is like IT equipment or you know like network in general, it's the military does it is something comes out, let's say like for example Windows 11, like Windows 11 Windows 11 comes out, we can't just like upgrade to Windows 11. They have to basically third party verify that there's no bugs and you know there's no whatever, so that way it's mission ready, because we can't go out
I have an issue.
and have an issue with like a major equipment.
Yeah.
and like it's all messed up, and we can't operate.
Or even something that has vulnerabilities in it that can be like hacked from just
Yeah.
someone just with a Wi-Fi adapter or something walking around. You know what I mean?
So there's like a process. Like right now, we're still on Windows 10 because Windows 11 just came out,
Yeah.
and other people, I guess, like
They're still in Windows 11. I thought it was Windows 12 now. Windows 10. Windows 7 was the one when I was growing phones. What for? So you can't hear us in a sense. I like it better that way.
Kind of like a juice I can't hear myself.
Yeah, I don't think about it
Better with headphones.
because you feel like you're inside of a podcast.
I don't have to talk that loud, and you can pick up. It feels like I can hear.
But I've realized with our podcast, it's very quiet. I think because we wear headphones all the time, our headphones are loud. This what makes us talk quiet.
Turned up more than halfway.
And I kind of like not seeing myself because I don't have to worry about that.
That's what I'm saying. Even though I don't have a weird angle right now, my side profile is probably going crazy.
But let's get into a little bit of it's getting there. I'm excited.
It's red.
Because before I had like little holes and patches. I mean, I got a
red beard.
I got to cut it.
You still are a little red.
Yeah, but that's red.
Belly's red.
Not as red as that though.
No, you're the reddest.
Yeah.
Dang.
I was nervous that one of my kids would have red hair. I'm happy they didn't. Like a
I
ginger.
don't know yet.
No, they don't.
That could change.
I'm pretty sure we're good.
I think we good.
Yeah, because Eva has dark hair. Like it's darker. Kind of like not too dark like yours, but
Yeah, but they might have hair like Jenna's. Jenna got that hair, son.
no, they already do. Yeah. You see Eva's hair? She's 5 months old and it's longer than his.
You guys remember when I had hair?
No.
I remember.
You guys don't remember you? I mean, oh, you weren't around.
Well, yeah, I remember you with hair balling. You had hair.
What were you trying to say?
There was a time I didn't.
But even after you got out the military, I don't remember you with hair.
Really?
I remember you pulling up on a bike the one time. I don't remember any hair on you.
I was sparked up. I
Or you really hairless though.
I don't remember.
His memory.
I didn't go bald until after I got out.
Like what year?
06, 07?
No, I don't. I'll be honest with you. I don't remember you with
06. Who'd you live with? Your mom or your dad?
my mom. I was only 7. I didn't move into my dad's and I was like at least 9, 10.
You had hair? It was nice hair.
Look,
I think you always wore a hat though, right?
No, because I had nice hair.
had hair.
I had beautiful hair.
But like, was it you were going balding so you had to shave it, or like you just completely went bald?
No, I started receding first, and then it started in the middle. It started thinning out.
But is that in genetics? Is that your dad?
I remember my mom making fun of you at Hershey Park. We'd be on swing things. And she'd look down at his bald spot.
Hershey Park, because of the job he was working at the time. Now you said that, I remember we went to Hershey Park the one time because we got tickets from your job and they were just building that one roller coaster, the orange one.
You had hair.
And
I
I just don't remember seeing hair on you.
You know
Maybe
the thing is,
if I seen it,
yeah.
I think it's because I seen you so long without hair. It's like I don't remember the hair.
I had hair for more than half of my life, so definitely you're more than half.
Yeah, but if you think about it, like I was gone for like 10 years.
I came into this family
With
in 1998,
Before I was born.
before you were born.
With hair.
I had
I
luscious.
remember seeing pictures of you in the military with hair. Yeah, like, kind of like that. Yeah.
That's curly though, right?
No, it was more curly, right?
Mine was thicker than that.
That's what the
Was
problem.
it your thickness? But that with that.
But you guys looked like he looks like a younger version of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The son. So,
But yeah, I had beautiful hair.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disrespect
How do you feel about that?
Not balding yet. No.
You kind of see it.
Show that forehead. No, go the whole way back.
He said it like half. Show him that forehead.
It's not even bad.
No, it's not that
Look over
bad.
there. Look, look. See, I curls full.
Yeah, but I'm even. Yeah, show your forehead though. Show your shit. It's the same way. Look, his shit's receding.
Kind of see it. You can kind of see it receding, like.
Over here.
But mine's the same way. Hey, look.
Let me see the crown. Oh, you're pull off.
Right here.
Yeah, I think he's better. I think he's better than you.
A bald. You got a bald yarmulke. Pistols.
That's coming.
I think he's gonna last longer than you did.
I'm using. Hey,
Coming out.
Oh, it could be different then.
yeah.
They're gonna put that thing on top of our credit.
He probably has hair plants already.
And that dome with a bald head. Look at my dome.
That's what I'm saying. You found like the same.
The military might pay for it. Well, murder. Use like
They do pay for hair.
AI.
Yeah.
Get in there and soon. Like I'm scared. I just see my dad bleeding and I need something.
Yeah, I know, dude. He got out, and I didn't serve with him. He's around here. he got out, and his trauma. This is what the medical record says.
Who you talking about?
I can tell you.
Okay, sorry, I just wanted to.
But his trauma from his service, made his hair fall out, so it was service connected. So he got
That is true.
he got the glue on. Somebody cut every 3 months glues on a full dude, but yeah, glue.
They're in the surgery now that works.
Yeah, I don't know. They'd be like, okay, you're pushing it now. Like this, yeah.
They got taken.
Well,
Good, like,
I mean, 'cause they're like now they like take butt hairs, right? And like
but yeah, from another part of your body. Yeah.
I know right way. Tell them to take it to it from too.
yeah,
It's funny how we all just knew right away.
Yeah, I know right.
Oh, afro.
Take it. There's a big cluster there. Please.
So I just want to kind of get into your life a little bit. Sorry, but from someone that's currently in the military, and currently we're at war. We're still at war, correct? Currently, in this sense.
Call that. We're just
standstill.
With someone that kind of went through it, because we were at war for a sense.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he can't really give a negative opinion about.
Yeah, but he's not but deployed. I just want to, in the sense of someone that got into the military before all this kind of went down, to like living through it in a sense of like, for me, I feel like it would kind of be. I mean, I'm not in it, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like I would be anxious. Like
Well,
I don't.
he joined when Russia was invading Ukraine.
Yeah, 23.
Yeah, but just to know that, like, I feel like it's a different mindset. Just to know that, like, the U.S. like. But I mean,
But I mean,
even though
it was turning into it at the time, we were all stressed out watching the news. Like, oh,
yeah, we were. Yeah,
what are we gonna do about Russia? Yeah.
but
He joined.
from like not even your mindset, but from like your other, like the people you're with, the other soldiers' mindset. Does it like change? Has it changed in a sense since we were in active war for a little bit in a sense?
Like, you mean like, does he go like, come on, guys?
No, I don't know. Like the
I don't-
morale or like just like
The energy.
does it change? Like, are you guys more amped up? I don't know, cause you guys aren't. You guys are in a maintenance period in a
Yeah.
sense, so it's kind of like for sure you're not going to be involved unless
You
you
can
get
still
pulled.
get
Yeah.
pulled. So it is kind of like it's not on my mind constantly. Like I know obviously things are going on in the world.
Yeah.
I'm the first line of defense. Go out there and deal with it.
Yeah.
But it's kind of more in the sense of like you can't really do anything about it, right? Like you're owned by the government. Like if you can't fight it and you can't oh, you got to go out and to fight like with like Iran or whatever. You're like nothing I can do. That's kind of how it is. Yeah. It's kind of like that. And
We're kind of trained for a different mindset when it comes to that. So
yeah, because like you can fight it all you want, but at the end of the day, you still got to go out there or go to jail.
yeah,
Military jail.
I didn't know. I just didn't know if it was kind of like their point of view.
Man. Just like,
Right. And then too, like he's like,
it's a civilian down for the home and I was on.
well, yeah, I think there's more discipline in the military jail, so it's probably super structured.
Yeah, but I bet it's.
They're probably marching in formations.
That's what I'm saying. It's probably just like the return to home unit. All of it. You know what I mean? Like go sit in here and watch movies and play fucking pool.
I didn't even think of that. It's probably super structured military.
And they're probably like called down on you and stuff.
So I made every fucking day.
Your CO's like your drill sergeant.
Yeah. It's probably what it is.
I wonder if you can make people do push-ups in military.
Well, for sure.
Remember they just don't, sir.
Like you're in a constant state of the military.
Constant state of a push-up.
We're not getting paid.
You're getting right by the angry.
That's like a hell, man.
Constant state of a push-up.
Do the rest of your fucking
Yes,
contractors in prison.
Jeez, I can't imagine. I'm gonna have to research that. What the how military prisons.
I think about that too because like if time of war actually comes and like it's something that it's gonna be hard and I have to go obviously because when
Big deal, dude.
but in time of war, if you leave your place of duty, your line of duty, that's desertion and that's a death penalty. Yeah, you literally like they will kill you because
well, you put people's life at risk, then.
But I think if it ever came to a point where there was somebody, let's say I was in, and let's say that our country was invading Argentina and like killing a bunch of Argentine for no reason at all. You know what I mean? And the whole world didn't say anything about it, and they just kept on, kind of like what's going on now with Israel and
This is say yeah, everything. Kind of stuff familiar.
and if I was in the service and I said I'm not going to be involved in this, I don't think if I did that, if the crime, if the sin or the evilness of it or the crime of it is so blatantly evil that the rest of the world has the same opinion, I don't think I would be the only one that would say, I'm not getting involved in that. I think there would be hundreds and thousands of other, especially in the U.S., other soldiers and sailors.
Those come out.
There's still, as much as there's, you know, all these religions that are in our country, the Constitution, it's everything,
And keep me going.
you know, honest. It keeps everyone honest. So I think that's why we wouldn't get involved in something like that.
I think a lot of
Because then you look at the news and kids like kind of involved already.
you mean my plate.
I don't know what's going on. Now I didn't try and stay off social media and shit because
I just have,
it's just negative.
I'll just have Twitter on my work phone.
Even that, like, I turn the notifications off.
Yeah.
So I was getting like breaking news and
Yeah.
stuff. It's like every 10 minutes you got a new scandal going on, or fucking
Yeah.
someone bombed somebody, or there's stabbing or shooting. It's very negative all the time. It makes me uneasy. I carried my gun loaded all week, not at work, but it was in my car at work. Just like, I was kind of paranoid for a week. All day I gotta get off the internet.
And even this that
But you gotta know what's going on.
Yeah, but you need to know everything.
You don't even know everything, but if there's a guy like, if there's, let's say there's a new gang comes into this area of Pennsylvania and there's a crime uptick, you're gonna want to hear about it. So that way, you know, like, oh, I should be packing. Maybe I should take Jill to go get hers. You know what I mean? Try to get her shooting. I know she doesn't like guns, but you have to have some type of pulse
For sure.
on at least what's going around locally to you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just had those like breaking news every time something happened.
and a lot of the breaking news is not local.
Exactly.
Like at least you get notifications you get on your phone. It's not like, oh, shooter in Colombia. It could be like
shooter at the mall.
active shooter in Israel's mall or something, or it should be like some random mall or somewhere. You know what I mean?
There was this one in Tennessee. I'm saying, like, it just
In Tennessee,
it just pops up, and I'm like, Jesus, people are out here fucking acting crazy. And then I get wrapped up into it and fucking research.
So was it always like this,
Or you see videos of people dead on. They're like, Jesus, I don't know. You just see this shit. It's on.
because everybody has a phone now. Everyone's a reporter.
Yeah,
everyone, and it's instead of
opinion.
and instead of first reaction going to help the person in need, let's record it. You know what I mean?
Before, I'd have to, like, let's say this guy seen this guy rescue a whole bunch of dogs out of a frozen river. I would call.
You seen it or just example?
No, there's an example. I'd call the police. The police would determine whether or not it is a big enough story and probably call the media company. The media company would come down, they would report it, and then it'd be on the news. You'd be like, oh, snap. Did you hear about that guy that rescued all the dogs? But now, somebody starts getting stomped out in the subway, and there's 100 people standing there. You're not helping, but just recording. Not helping, but recording. And that's what grabs the attention, and I think it's a vicious cycle.
They're like breaking news, and every news story picks it up. And
And speaking of, it's not like I just seen this. It came up in my.
How about New York?
I got an email about that kid that asked for a girl's number.
Yeah,
He said, like epic drug slander, stuff like that.
right in the middle of New York, people walking by.
People holding the camera laughing.
so I'm saying it's insane
Well, you can get killed right in the grocery store, right in front of people, and they're trying to record it.
Yeah.
And not help.
at all.
And I was like, what's going on? Like, if I'm getting stabbed in a grocery store because I'm just trying to shop,
Even that It's a mindset, though.
and it's like, and I'm looking around, and people are just looking at me, like, help me. Like what are we, what is this, America? Help me. Like, come on.
The active shooter tied to 7 people. Yeah, but you saw the people that were around who was lying down. Somebody stand up and tackle that fucking dude. That's the first thing that was going through my head. Everyone's recording. Either I'm sees landed on a guy and everyone, and you're still recording. Like, okay, you see him pull a gun out, then you lay down.
You know,
You're still recording.
fucking. But would your first, say your family's there, were your first instinct is to shelter your family or go tackle?
Find the opportunity to take that guy down, bro. I'll take him down.
I think that's because either if I just stand there, it's either like I'm letting myself like
Let 7 people die.
That's a more thing.
I remember when that theater happening, the Aurora Theater shooting happening.
On the Batman movie.
I remember being so upset because not that, and maybe this is narcissistic for me to think, not that I thought like, oh, I could have saved those. I'm all the way in Pennsylvania. But my thought was like, wasn't there one guy that was brave enough?
or to carry or to carry someone like you or like you that just carries.
I carry my gun movie theaters now.
But everything's so stigmatized around the firearms. That's why I don't even want to get into that. But yeah,
This gets worse every day with that because it is.
Crazy people.
bad guys are always gonna have.
You can't have guns in New York, but
Bad guys.
school shootings in New York, yeah. Is this you take the gun away from the people that should have a fucking weapon?
Yeah, as I'm saying, the world's so crazy and it's getting worse. So same, we see breaking news that wouldn't have been breaking news 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah, and it's something terrible, like breaking news, like uncle rapes and murders family. You know what I mean? It's always like something.
Some next level shit. Like, what
Next
the
level.
fuck? Like, what's going on?
What's this going on here? What was that Canes Hill Road or whatever? How about your house?
Yeah, it's in.
I barricaded stuff inside.
He stole firearms or something. They had to stand up with the cops.
Yeah, and killed himself. Like,
But I mean, that's a little different.
but it is, but at the same time, like that way it came up on my phone.
Yeah,
Breaking news.
Like the what? No,
Active shooter. It said active shooter.
not even that.
Shit.
One of the artists I worked with up in Harrisburg, and shot and killed himself cleaning his gun. He was only 21 or 20. And I worked with. I just seen a video somebody posted. I walked in the room just handing off waters to him, and he was in like, it was like not even a year ago, and he was like 20, shot and killed himself cleaning his gun.
I've never understood
Me neither.
how that happens when you clean your gun.
It's sad because like he wasn't good at, like, I don't know him. That's why I didn't really, but it like it affected me because he was at least young. It reminded me of AJ in a sense. Somebody that was so young and had good energy that like was talented. It was just like, damn, like,
And active.
and like the whole city of Harrisburg, like Harrisburg's really divided, and it's very like, it is high crime rate. That's why I don't really go out there anymore.
Yeah.
In a sense, because I'm not from that area. You know what I mean? So like for me, like, I don't know. And yeah, literally the whole city of Harrisburg got together for this kid. It's kind of crazy to see.
Clean his gun.
But I don't know the whole story. That's just what
I go skate play. I know how I clean my gun.
This is what I read online. So I don't know if it was like,
Drop the magazine, take the bullet out, and then
but it was
have a look and see how dirty it
it was
is.
crazy just to hear. I was like, damn.
So, yeah.
I'm saying just even the sense of like how quick life can just change for somebody.
You don't think he killed himself?
No,
How do you know though?
I mean, that's a
I don't know the whole story, but
Crazy.
I don't really want to talk about it too much. But
Your cousin, your second cousin. Your second cousin, because it's your mom's cousin, so yeah, it would be your second cousin. Hung himself on Monday.
Where?
For no reason at all. No,
losing the drug journey,
nope, no reason.
does anyone be hearing much?
Yeah.
Either got
Yesterday,
Wasn't the government?
my aunt showed me a message.
I'm not saying a lot of government should go on.
Was he investing you?
He's just a regular dude. Like a cat kids, married, kids, happy married, like for no reason at all. That's what they messaged. I forgot which one of your aunts, whether it was,
Had to be a reason.
but
Less than an accident.
I mean, they said the comment was for no reason at all. He hung himself on Monday.
It had to be a reason.
Yeah.
You be careful messing with that mic wire, by the way.
I'll cut out.
Yeah, sorry.
You're good.
It's a habit I do all the time, and it cuts out.
But yeah, I mean, that had to be a reason.
Yeah, it's
You know, just
struggling silently is real. Obviously, he looks like he's has a happy family and kids and everything to live for, but it's really just how like mindset.
yeah, maybe so.
No, but and I get that perspective, but I'm speaking on this perspective of the people that had no idea.
You know, I mean, usually when you commit suicide, you usually don't have an idea unless you're like.
Well, if you think about it, nobody really has any idea.
I'm not saying unless you're like doing heroin and you're like, oh no, he overdosed, but or not. You know what I mean? Whether like hanging or something like.
I think if I know anyone.
Like someone like Robin Williams, like that was so like out of left field that like
But even Chester Benningfield, or Bennington or whatever, obviously his name. You know, you people like it show itself, but you listen to the music now how dark it was. He was not. You can't say crying for help, but it's just the music was dark. Yeah, I listened to it the other day. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, that was Lincoln Hart.
Linkin Park, dude.
Yeah,
Let's leave singing Linkin Park, right?
a lot of deep stuff.
The lead singer, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of deep songs.
It's a lot of deep
Of
stuff.
deep shit. What do you guys think about the UFO and all these scientists are dying and shit?
I think it's bigger than
I think it's
Dark like a blue
bigger than government.
little baby.
I think it's dark. I think it's very dark.
Yeah, I think it's dark too.
No, yeah, I agree with that. No, that's what I'm saying. Bigger than government.
Yeah, like bigger than
It's bigger than government.
than we can even like comprehend.
Yeah, I think it's like the top 10 or 20 people.
So why do you think we're released by the release these files? And speaking of you,
Did you have release on our
I think so. But
they were supposed to.
speaking of you just saying how I did it again, how everything's fake with AI. I seen the one congressman, that the older guy. I know you guys are from Tennessee. That kind of been so open about it. Said
Massey.
no,
The guy's been
old-
crazy shit.
the one that was like all there's 6 areas in the ocean that has like these deep water locations.
Paulie, what is his name?
No,
He's got the eyebrow.
he got the glasses. He's an older guy. Tom, I want to say it for some reason, but
Thomas Madsen.
no.
I didn't know.
Um,
You're talking about.
yeah,
Not who he's talking about.
he just came out and said that he was recently disbriefed a couple of times, and he said the American people are going to think that these are AI photos, but these are real photos. He said we're just in a time of AI that like
Everything's fake.
everything's fake, but these are real photos we're about to see.
Which even what I would say to that is
Probably
it's still deception. I think
I think
deception. I don't think it's real.
I think it's real.
I think it's real.
I think
I think they had
that's
to
the
start.
superior race. If the superior race wanted us to know that we were here, that they were there,
I don't think there was some.
then we're there. But they're superior, so it means they would be smarter.
I think we're getting to a point with even with AI, but our technology. I think this is my belief.
People think that.
I think the superior race is us from the future.
That's what I've heard. That I've heard.
I
I think they have one alien that's like 54 years, 84.
When the Amy girl under here.
Yeah.
I believe that because like this, and I heard that so many times before she said it, and obviously she said it and was killed, so it's kind of like what the hell's going on. But I believe that's because
She killed her. She self-killed.
they said suicide, it's a gunshot wound. But a month, like months before she was killed, she's been saying I'm not suicidal. So, yeah, that's I
My
think
second cousin, he might have said the same thing. I'm not suicidal.
there's a lot of weird shit going on with that.
The best.
I don't know.
So,
I don't know what the movie is. I think everything's fucking lying about everything.
I think it's a deception.
But I think we're getting.
the aliens are just.
I think we're getting so advanced. I don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't think they're aliens. I think they're just us from the future. Like we get so advanced with AI that like we can time travel. That I think the reason we're starting to see them now is like because in the next couple years or decades that they can't hide ourselves anymore because our technology is going to be so advanced that we can just see them, even if not by the eye, naked eye, we can see them other ways. So I think that like we're getting to a point. It's like.
But
They're showing ourselves.
is going to be more advanced than we are.
But I think with AI, we're getting to that point like we're about to just take off. Like our innovation and everything about to
But
just.
don't you think that they would have had AI also?
Yeah, but I think it's getting to a point that. So I'm saying they're humans, but they're humans from so far advanced in us. I think they're coming back to show us that like we're getting to a point that we're about to take off to the next level. That like. It's either like, do you guys know about us? And
There's another time.
I think time's not real.
Do you think
I don't think time's real.
our government's automated?
To a point.
to a point, yeah.
I just thought about
With
Have you
Joe
seen
Biden had the auto pen.
Have you seen the Andrew Tate what his thought was? I mean that's not super
The
radical.
guy that tells you not to, but he's the guy that tells you like, don't care about this. The Matrix isn't real, but take my class and you're gonna make millions. So that way you can participate in the Matrix. That's not real. You know what I mean? No, like he drives Bugattis. He's about materialism.
I know.
He brought up this point about with AI, time is on its side. Like you're not worried about time. So if you want to kill off your humanity, you convince people, make algorithms. What do you say? You make algorithms to convince people to have less babies, and then that gets to a point where convince people to
Separate robots.
convince people to have like kill themselves or whatever. Because like
That's for people that consume though.
But that they're even saying that
Consumers.
and over time, that's gonna lead us to what we're seeing now as aliens, like the Greys. Like they're like non-genderless, like they're so skinny, but their heads are so big, because like they,
Mouths are small.
yeah, they communicate this through looking at each other. You know what I mean, like whatever it's called. I think these aliens, whatever it's called, is us from the future, and I think like even with all these floods or whatever it's called, like I said, they survived it.
disasters.
Yeah, they over time, these are the ones that survived it and just kept advancing, and even with the even with the pyramids and everything, because the pyramid shit is crazy too. You seen the shit about the pyramids? How they did the 3D like space, like whatever it's called, and they can see like a whole fucking civilization underneath the fucking ground and shit. I think that's all connected. They said they seen a 40-meter metallic thing inside of it that looks like a UFO. I think it's all connected.
I think all these files that they're releasing now, it's kind of just like throwing us a bone. Like, oh yeah, you guys
I
kind of
think
figured it out.
you're in the tip of the iceberg.
I think even like what we were saying in the car, like some of these people, if there are these lizard people, just hear me out. And it's getting strange now.
I think it is strange.
I'm saying, but if there are these lizard
It's
people,
not strange to talk about aliens, but talking about lizard people.
well, no, I'm not saying like I was going to get pretty like deep into this. Like if there is aliens, and I think there's more than one race. Obviously, there's aliens and lizard people. But if these people are controlling the Earth, you would weasel yourself in. Which I think there's people inside the government and inside media and all these other entertainment that are half breeds of these people, and I think that's some of the Jeffrey Epstein stuff.
But take away the gender, the species, take away all of that, and what would you call these people? You would just say, how would you describe them?
I think we describe them as aliens, but we describe people from different countries as
So
aliens.
you're saying like
They're like,
people, but what I'm saying is,
Well, if they're
are they good people?
I think they're good and bad, like us.
So if you take away the gender, if you take away the species, you're saying, hey, so there's evil people.
I think they're just like humans. Yeah, I think they are humans.
but it's good and bad.
I think they're just like us. But
You're saying demons and angels type
Yeah, I think that
Tucker Carlson's angle.
I'm on the Tucker Carlson angle.
I'm not.
I think it's right.
I'm not 100. I would say 20%, possibly 80%.
warfare going on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think evil. I think the spiritual warfare in a sense because it's gonna rewrite religion in a sense. What's going on? Yeah.
Like the Watchers, are they gone? Did the flood kill the Watchers?
I think the Watcher's always been there because there's been humans that are so advanced that like
The
even
Watchers are here. They're king. So they're angelic beings, right? The Watchers. They're angelic beings.
what does angelic mean?
They were the original
Angels say yeah.
fell with Satan from heaven. That was cast down from heaven. They were angelic beings. They're the Watchers. Would you consider them to be alien?
I don't even consider what you're saying. I don't really think. Hear me out. I don't want to sound bad, but I don't really think there's really a religion.
You don't think there's a religion at all? You think this is all random?
I think
There wasn't a creator.
I think we have a creator in a sense, but I don't know. It's so.
I know what you're trying to say.
I don't want to say there's not because I'm not like against. I think there is a form of like God in Jesus,
At
but
that point, I'm not even.
no, because like there's us human.
There's a creator.
I think there's a creator in a sense that we were made. But like what we're saying that
Genetically modified.
I think we're genetically modified.
Well, what's the definition of genetically modified?
I feel like
That we were.
even these aliens or whatever you want to call them, people call them Greys or what they call Anunnaki. And I know what you're saying.
I'm asking.
But it's may evidence, same point.
Like that does evidence show you, not your imagination, does evidence show you that there was a creator?
Well, what evidence they just came out with, or they just found out that they think that we created, not Homo sapiens, the other one, Neanderthals, that humans, another species of human is something else.
But it modded.
Oh,
Creative. But what proof do we have of that? Like the only proof that we've had thus far up to this technological era is that the only proof from history books, from all the religions combined, even there's a creator, and there's a flood that washed. There's in all religions.
Well, I think we have to have a creator.
So there's a common theme that there was a creator, there was a flood, and then there was natural, like a comet, like meteor, something hit this. So if you take religion out of it, across histories of all mankind, since history was able to be recorded, even on stones and hieroglyphs and everything, there are stories of these events happening, and there's evidence that you can see with your hands, your own eyes. So that has to tell you that we weren't like amoebas, or that we weren't like monkeys, or because there's no evidence of that, because there's no history of it.
I know what you guys are saying. Like about the Neanderthals, you think somebody broke the evolution of the Neanderthals and made us who we are now?
I
Kind
think
of.
there was we were stuck, and then they came and helped us. Then we had bigger brains.
They're finding like skulls that are bigger than like ours.
They're finding elongated skulls now. I think that we helped create this, which is what we are now.
So if you look at life from what you're saying, if you're saying that you have, you're saying you got simple basic ape.
Poop on your finger.
Yeah, no, I thought it was blood. It was sauce. Really smooth. So you have like caveman, which I would consider to be like Adam, Eve, so on and so forth. Like Methuselah, I think it was, lived for like 1,000 years. So you have like those people, and you take the humans in that, and above it, and tandem with it, For those of you can't see, I'm moving my hands top and bottom, and you run them along the timeline, and you treat them both like algorithms. What do algorithms do? Algorithms, they learn, then they learn faster, then they learn more broad, and then they just, you keep learning. The same thing as life is, when that human learned how to make fire and then make tools, then he was able to take those tools and make tools to make his job easier. And then those tools, so that's how civilization advanced. So it's always like you're always doubling the intelligence level. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's out of this world to say, why are we so advanced now? It's because we're constantly improving, constantly.
Yeah, but
more stuff.
what the fuck were Egyptians doing with the pyramids? They were making that shit with
They found
pyramids.
them.
I don't think, but even before they found them, then who the fuck made them? They weren't doing that shit with pickaxes and fucking hand tools.
I can't remember that. I think they found another.
But that's like one of the biggest things of like human society that makes it's like something's not right.
Have you heard of the Great Filter Theory?
What?
Great Filter Theory is a theory that humanity or species, they can't reach past a certain point of evolution and they die off. And I think it's cool. It's crazy to think that like we don't know if we passed the filter. Like we're not at that point where we can keep evolving. Maybe we'll hit a point in the future where we're just stuck. We're at one spot. Because it's totally like, if you think about it, other species, other aliens, outer world aliens, we think of them as so advanced, but when species evolve, if they can't reach past a certain point of evolution, they die out.
Well, I think we're hindering ourselves with that because you see a lot of these scientists, not even that are dying, but one of these scientists that are died that he figured out how to generate energy from thin air. He can generate energy from just gravity in a sense. And that's one of the scientists that lived out in the middle of Alabama or something, and like not like a farm, but like in the middle of like the land of Alabama that someone just ran up and shot him, and his neighbor out of 2 years shot him and killed him. And then he was the one that found out that like how to generate just energy from nothing. So I think the reason why we're getting so past the point is because one, I feel like, I don't know, obviously there's some type of dark government or dark something that's kind of controlling what's going on if you think about it.
Something evil.
Yeah, because like they're not letting us get to a point of advancing to a certain, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, obviously this stuff's been going on since, at least we know, since Roswell, since the 40s. Like we could have been made so much progress because it looked like we haven't made any progress in a sense.
Even after Roswell, we got fiber optics.
But that's what I'm saying. But at the same time, we probably made progress in the back end in the sense what the government knows and what they can capable of doing. Obviously, what they fucking just did to Maduro and all them with their
But to
fucking.
go back to my point was, you said something evil. There's evil people that are in charge or something.
Yeah.
I would say that if there's evil, there's good, and if there's that balance, that comes from the creator.
But speaking of that, I'm sorry, let me cut you off. Do you think Trump's evil or good?
I don't know. I've talked to people that say that he's good and that he's ordained and all this other stuff, and I've heard people that say that thing is he ordered us, he's bad, he's fascist. So like, I know we've been trying to go to, I sent you a 3-hour video about the history of, did you watch any of it?
I started to, but
The whole history of Iran and Israel and Palestine and all that, like it's I think it's bigger than a lot of people are looking at it on the micro level of like what he's doing now. But if you look at the story of that region, I mean, even if you go back 5,000 years, I mean, if you look at the story of that region, how there always was contention and there's always fighting in that region, then you'll be able to understand what's happening now. But if you look at like this micro thing, oh, Trump's doing this, that's going to make everyone think, oh, he's a bad guy. Wait, but you can see the plan that they were trying to achieve and what has happened in that region, how long it's been happening, and how it's going to help the United States. And
That's my point of view of
it
it.
has to be a superpower. There has to be one superpower. Do you want it to be China? Do you want it to be the United States of America?
I'd rather be some us than anybody else. Yeah.
You want to be a winner. That's what I'm saying. You want to be a winner. You want to be if you want to be the number one superpower in the world.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to do stuff that is unpopular, and I think that's where he's going to be the unpopular president for a while. We won't see the things that benefit
Us for another 10 years. That's what I'm saying. I think in like 10, 20 years, he's going to be that president. We look back on it like, we changed for the better.
Yeah.
Just but right now, I think he's doing shit that even us, like even people that voted for him, are like, what the fuck are you
I
doing?
think it gets weird when they start saying like Trump's doing this because he's bringing back Jesus Christ.
I think at the same time, like there's not to be weird.
Explanation for that.
I think there's
it's weird.
I don't think there's necessarily is a
For me to hear that, then
I don't know.
same weirdness that I hear over in Israel, or not Israel, over in Iran, talking about their God and their virgin, like to sacrifice their self.
But that's why I don't really necessarily believe them.
Because religion is just what keeps there's another divide between humans.
Like I like you Panthers, I like the Raiders.
Divided, or do you feel like you don't want to be associated with it because of the division it causes?
But not. And let me answer too, because we grew up in the church in a sense. You know what I mean? It's like it's not like we were people that like didn't go to church or know the word of it. It's just now getting to a point. It's like you question it more than for me at least. I mean, I don't- and
It's just hard for me to dive in.
But it's but this has to happen regardless, because it says the prophecy in the Bible says that the house will always be divided. It'll be brother against sister,
so I'm not necessarily against it.
because some people will believe in it and some people won't believe in it, and of course that causes contention. So look where we are, but we're doing it all with tanks and helicopters and outside bombs.
As I was saying, I think it's bigger than that when it comes to. I think we're all humans and we all live on.
But even when I think about it too, it's like
Kind of sounds like Zen, like hippie bullshit. But if there's an outside force or these aliens, or you know what I mean, I think that's they're bringing a lot of people together. But it's also going to be another divide. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think the point is for the aliens to bring people together.
Yeah, but but if they're already here,
No, but what I'm saying is I think that's the people that are behind everything, the people you call dark people. But that's why I call it a deception, because I think they're the ones going to bring about the aliens. They're going to bring the world.
I don't think so, because I feel like they're the ones that have been concealing this information because it changes human life.
I feel like we're going to look at like they were hiding this from us for a long time.
Because it changes everything. Because we won't need oil, we won't need any gases. Like it changes history, it changes everything.
But another thing that, not to bring it back to prophecy, and it says at the end that there will be a great deception, a great awakening, and a false prophet that's going to present it all, and then it's going to be everything's going to be ushered into one world where everyone's going to be at peace. There's going to be what I hope I have to do. We're supposed to be 7 years of peace.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be 7 years of peace.
I hope so. That sounds great. You know what I mean? I hope I'm wrong in a sense.
But then I like that it says then the destruction will come to all mankind after that.
So we're all going to just be nukes everywhere, and we're all going to die.
I don't.
So everything that you're saying,
I believe
everything that you're saying is the timeline.
I don't think
in our Bible war, but that's everything that you're saying is the timeline that's in our Bible.
Well, think with this, their Armageddon people thing is going to happen. Is the U.S. is going to collapse with it.
Yeah, it's hard as all that.
Yeah.
I was talking to Miley about this. I don't know if I told you. Right?
Miley?
That's my girlfriend.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, open the fridge.
yeah, I'm vomiting acid from the pizza.
Is there water in there?
Yeah. Oh, more.
Literally vomiting.
The red claws.
Yeah.
Continue.
Oh yeah, I was telling her that.
He said continue.
Sorry, I just don't want to get lost.
Yeah, we all have these. All the countries want to do dick measure. We have all these nukes and everything, but what's the word? That is so like last resort. That is so like.
Yeah, because he wants to use one.
Even Trump just said that he never.
Mutually assured destruction.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
Trump just said that he never plans to, like nobody should ever be allowed to use it. He just said that like 2 days ago.
But I don't think he's gonna go that route ever.
No.
'Cause
I think that's the end of humans.
Yeah.
That's the end of all of us, because
Yeah.
if one, it's to a point like
It's
not gonna be. It's gonna be like China, Russia, or the U.S.
if anything, we would use it on aliens. You know what I mean? But like,
I feel like at that point we're kind of fucked.
Because isn't it ironic that Armageddon's supposed to be fought in Israel, in the region? The field already exists. It's already there. And everything that's going on now with Israel tried to conquest the Middle East.
It's just so weird. I'm saying it's so.
Jerusalem is supposed to be from that region.
Jerusalem is, and Israel. Iraq is where, it all began, but isn't it weird?
So what we're gonna say? Speaking of, he said, "Isn't it weird how Trump keeps persuading himself as Jesus Christ, and you having an idea?"
he said he's gonna bring Jesus Christ back.
because
He's okay. That's serious, man.
because the conquest that's happening now. See, Israel, when they put Netanyahu in power, he used to be an activist. You guys know that? He was like,
He was, I think, it was a soldier.
out there on the abortion line.
Well, he was a soldier, right?
Yeah, he was a soldier. He was a soldier, but he became an activist after that, and he would about immigration and all this stuff, and so he was an activist. He believed that that Israel was supposed to have more land than what they had, or fight against Palestine, and that if he became president, and he was approached by some old rabbis that said, "Hey, we're gonna put you in power." But once you become in power and you come to a place of power where you have control of the military, we have to do what we can to make the Messiah come back, because Jewish people believe that the Messiah has never came. They don't believe they killed Christ. They believe that he was like a prophet or something. So they're still waiting for the Messiah. And in the Bible, in the Torah, it says that when Israel is attacked and the world turns against Israel, that's when the Messiah is going to come and save us. So they have to be at war. So that's why they're on a conquest. So that now they're on a conquest, and they're messing with all their neighbors.
Sounds terrifying, I think.
They're bombing all their neighbors with no like.
They're trying to create it. They're trying to create the Messiah coming back. They're trying to force it.
They're trying to force,
Which is
Well, I heard that one of the top executives in Israel said that about Trump, that he's like, that they're creating
the government said that, didn't they?
what?
that's
How Trump is
creating, like, bringing back the
here. He's
Well, there's rivals entering in Texas. What do you mean?
bringing, like, starting the resurrection or something.
he's lighting the torch.
Of the resurrection, like, people, top officials in Israel said that, or even what you said,
Even someone in our government said that, like, he doesn't hear about
Trump, like, starting the resurrection or
that.
something.
Trump's supposed to be the one that's supposed to.
Who says that?
I've heard someone. It's like how general official they're playing it, but who's the guy that goes back and forth between is the
Not Hegseth.
no, the other guy, the headset, or the other guy that goes back and forth.
Rubio?
Yeah, he said it.
Was it him that said it?
I believe so. I wish I had my computer set up.
Because Netanyahu probably has Trump convinced that he's going to bring God back, and he's like, "Yeah, well, we're going to win, so we're going to."
I'm saying, like, I think in like 10, 20 years we'll look back on it kind of like a JFK memory. Like,
Scary.
he,
Like that's a religion trying to. They're killing innocent people, but they think to offer good because they're bringing their God.
I think that's been happening even since
I'm saying, but now
the Afghanistan war or Iraq war. Like, I feel like that's the same way.
yeah, but I'm saying now we're saying it. It's the same as their government saying it. It's terrifying to hear.
Well, yeah,
Like
they're trying to, like, make a.
your people are gonna die, and don't worry, it's because we're gonna bring God back or Jesus back. I think that's terrifying for anybody to say. That innocent people are gonna be killed.
They're
because
trying to,
we're
like,
bringing-
I think it's terrible.
that they don't believe. Some people don't even believe in it there.
But that's why what brings you back to you might get this podcast might be taken down. I don't know. Probably somebody's. I don't think it's anti-Semitic. What?
If it could take it down,
But that's why
I'm gonna put it on Reddit.
there's actually there's conspiracies out there. There's people that are saying on the medias that I've heard that say that there's Jewish people that are devout, just like you find good Christian people, you find good Jewish people that believe what they believe in. And then there's like satanic ball worshiping Jewish.
Putting it in.
Well, we said about Iran ball. Yeah, we're sacrificing ball on that.
Maybe that's the season for you sacrifice kids go or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And so there's those kind of people that they under the Jewish appearance and religion and all that, but they're actually because Jewish people are the only religion that don't have to believe in God because they're Jewish. They're right by birth for Jewish.
That's for me.
They believe they're going anyway.
That's the thing for me. Like, that kind of fucks my brain up with the whole religion shit. Like, if there is a God, shouldn't we? We're all humans. Shouldn't we all believe in it? If it was like we all know that there's a God, we all believe. Like, why would we have this? Like, kind of like a sports thing. It's like,
I think you decide to believe.
but that's what I'm saying. Why do we have to decide if it's a real fucking thing?
That's what free will's about. He gave us free will for that reason.
Yeah, but it just doesn't make sense.
It's a different God.
Yeah, like,
But-
they're fighting and killing for a different God than we are. Like, how does that even make sense?
Free will.
But doesn't make like, if there was a God that, like,
One God, everybody. Yeah.
like, why are we, like, we're fighting for no fucking reason?
Because a bomber comes in here with a vest on.
But that's different in a sense. Like, what if you? Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Like, how that even?
God.
That's what I'm saying.
Isn't that
But
just mean God?
That means God.
why is there multiple different gods if there was a real fucking God?
I just think they believe that there's a different path to that God. And
So Judaism,
That's what I'm
Christian,
saying. If there's, I think there's a creator, but I don't think it's
the Judaism.
Christianity or one type of like religion.
So Jews, Christians, and Muslims all have the same God. Here's where they differ. It's a little history.
It's Jesus, right?
They differ.
I really don't
So
know that.
back,
I need to learn it.
this goes back to Abraham. Like he's
the mom deer?
this goes back to Abraham. So Abraham was God showed himself to Abraham in a dream, woke him up. Yeah, he had a relationship with God, and he had so much faith. His wife was 90, he was like 70. He's like, I'm gonna give you a son. And he's like, okay, I'll wait. And his wife became like 99 or 100 or whatever. And he's like, well, I thought you were gonna give me a son. What's up? Where's my son? He's like, be patient, I'll give you a son. So the wife, Sarah, was like, hey, he said, you're gonna have a son. Go sleep with our servant. Slept with the servant, right? God came back and said, but before, let me finish.
You have it back?
Let me finish.
No, it is.
Shit, well, so it helps you understand. It helps you understand that.
What a nerd.
So
The
baby was
the best.
the servant.
The stair is the best.
The servant baby was born.
Sorry.
His name is Ishmael. God came back and said, you didn't trust me. That wasn't the son I promised you. Now go lay with your wife, because Sarah was barren. She couldn't have children. Now go lay with your wife. I promise you a son. That was Isaac, because that was the son that God promised Abraham. His name was Isaac. He got the blessing. Ishmael would be blessed with princes and kingdoms, but he wasn't blessed like Isaac was. Ishmael is the beginning of Islam. Isaac is the beginning of Judaism. And then through those lines comes Christ. You see what I'm saying?
No. You lost me at God. You lost me at God because whoever anointed or even said this is God. Like, we're human beings. Like, it's like me saying, like, we all agree James is, we all agree James is God. But I'm saying, like, it doesn't make sense. Like, we're all, like, you're saying God came back and said do this. But it's like, how do we all agree that this is God?
So do you think some UFO just dropped a man?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it doesn't make sense. We're all just human beings. We're just annoying one person saying God created the land. Like, you created the land and earth and everything around it, whatever. But it's like,
I just think God's
it's just someone that they looked up to. Like, if say like when it says we do look up to you, but as it says, it's like
He's like,
you're this figure that it's like you're above all. You like
yeah,
you look up to, and now you're
Father. You made us.
now you're God to us, and whatever you say is right. You know what I mean? Then it's like after this generation to generation, he had a son, Jesus. You know what I mean? Like, now listen, he through his message to Jesus. Like I'm saying, but how do we use as a human being just like us? It doesn't make sense.
So I don't think God was a person. I think God, that's what I'm saying. I think he is this energy that he created. Think it's like, oh, someone created us.
But that don't make sense.
No, well, it's not supposed to make sense. That's why it's a belief.
But I mean, obviously we don't have all the information. Obviously, we don't even fucking know where we came from.
Freaking energy that has does it have mind?
A plasm.
I don't know.
To have intelligence?
And maybe it's not like an energy. I think maybe it's just like through all these fucking years, like, I don't know.
I think there's some truth to it.
It's just like a reason. Why leave for work? Why here? God. Like, oh shit.
Not even that.
But I'm saying, but like the energy.
I just feel like the energy is created in like from the universe, and
I think there is different.
I think
energy.
I think the point is you're not supposed to be able to comprehend it.
I think.
But I think we get to a point with technology that
People try to comprehend it.
now we try, but there's other ways that humans can comprehend it without using our own brains.
Like,
You know what I
the
mean?
same thing is, how would it be to not exist? Like, how would the feeling be to not exist? You don't know because you exist.
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
But I think we're just getting too far to a point that it's like we're outside of the box now. Like, we're even with technology. That's why it's like we're taking off. I feel like even with Joe Rogan said, I think AI could be God. We're creating God right now.
Technically, would we be AI sculptors? We created AI.
Yeah, but you're basically saying God is energy. Is not a real person.
That's why I think God's the creator. I think because he made us in the image of him.
But as I'm saying, I don't. But
We're in Grammy?
Mother Earth.
Oh.
You're in it. Woman.
it just gets so weird. But with that being said, obviously you're a Christian, right? So with that being said, I'm not saying I'm not a Christian. I'm just unknowledge, I would say. That's why I don't like to say I don't believe in it, because I feel like there is like moments in my life where it's like that was weird. Like obviously
I
something.
mean, at the end of the day, if you got hit by a car and you were bleeding out and you only had a few seconds, would you be like,
I would
God help me?
No, I'll think about my kids and my family.
kids.
I'll think about my kids right away. I'll just be like, I would anyone. I will always say to myself, if I had a second to like express my feelings to anybody, I'll just be like, "Oh, my kids, I love them." You know what I mean? That's just because like I feel like at the end of the day, that's what means the most to me, and not only me but my kids too. You know what I mean? But I don't know, and maybe I won't know until the afterlife. I believe there's an afterlife. Like I feel like there's a life. So, but I just don't think it's what people think it is.
They're walking both streets, so I think it's more like.
And I'm not even saying I might not even say it might be us flying around these fucking orbs. I'm not against it. I'm just saying it's like before I forget.
We'll kind of get back into it.
I wanted to ask him a question because it kind of is a little deep. So you say you're a Christian, right? And I'm asking this question because I haven't had this point in my life, right? What made you to the point where you were like a life experience that you were like, there's no doubt that I believe there's a God. Like, I feel like everyone in their life, in a sense, go through something in life that's like, no matter what.
I didn't
Uh,
really see.
You can go ahead first if you want. Like, I feel
Um,
like people have this experience, like, no matter what, I know this.
So, me growing up as a Christian, it was kind of like liking the Eagles, you know, like I grew up around it, and I've always been around it, but at a point, at at a point, you get your own individuality, and you're like, I got to reinvent this for myself. Only like it because he liked it, but now I got to find a reason to like it.
Yeah.
So, and then even after the Super Bowl, I was still trying to in that childhood, Eagles team. But at their whole new run that they just had a couple years ago, I kind of reinvented their team for myself.
Yep.
Why I like it. So I think that's how it was for me, and it happened on deployment, believe it or not. Growing up around God and everything, it's all I know. But I got to a point in my life, and he can tell you, where I was basically like manic, like 24/7, and literally I had this like, there's a moment where I just seen something on my feed, not even God related. I seen something on my feed, and it just kind of like, I heard like a kind of a voice back in my mind, not like a voice like you would think, like hearing voices, but like a feeling kind of. And literally, like from that point, I dove super in depth to religion or to Christianity, and I was reading my Bible, I was watching like the show The Chosen, and I got better. So I think for me, it's not really coincidence that maybe it is, maybe it's all psychological, but it's not really coincidence that I was at this point in my deployment where I was like, I can't do this anymore. This shit is like, killing me. It's literally like killing me
Mentally and physically, yeah.
and I found my peace. So I think, and since I did it myself, I didn't have anybody tell me to do that. I didn't have him, telling me. I mean, obviously he's like,
Obviously a father figure and stuff.
yeah, but I found it for myself, and it works for me. So I think that's kind of, can I answer your question?
And I don't mean to be devil's advocate to go against it or anything.
I was gonna steal my attitude. Go ahead.
But for me, it's like, is that just kind of finding peace with your inner self? I don't know, because I haven't been to that point in my life. That's why I said I asked that question, because I haven't been to that point in my life. It's like, oh my God, God's real. Like, because you just know undeniably, like something just happened in your life. It's like, how the hell did I get through this, or what did I experience? I feel like people go through that. That's how they know. But for you explaining that, it's like something that you mentally just got in your mind that like.
We're no longer thinking about your situation.
Wouldn't that not be fair? Because you said, just to what you said about you never really got to that point in your life. You're not. So you're saying, no, I don't believe. I don't have a God of mine, right? But there's a bunch of people or situations or things you've seen on TV that sprinkles these little crumbs on your plate in front of you, right? And throughout your whole life, they're sprinkling these crumbs to, whether it's a miracle you've seen for yourself, somebody's situation turning around because their faith changed, whether you see somebody come out of addiction or their financial situation change because of their faith. and you get these people that these life experiences that you're seeing, you're watching, you're hearing, you're dropping those crumbs in front of you, and you're looking at the plate and you're deciding, I ain't trying to see what's in those crumbs. I don't believe that exists. Instead of yourself saying, let me do some research. As much as I research about the aliens and about the Epstein files and about, childhood illness that your kids are going through or studio stuff, I've been seeing all this stuff and I do have questions of my own and I've been dealing with some stuff. I wonder if what these crumbs are addresses that. Let me do a little bit of research.
No, I definitely.
So it wouldn't be fair to say,
And I did say before, like I gotta learn on my own, because like even with you bringing up God and Jesus, it's like it's so disconnected. I don't know the story.
But even on that note, like you were saying, like Christianity is obviously like it runs in the family.
Yeah.
So, but if you were Islamic and you had the same situation, you started reading whatever the fucking Islamic Bible is.
But did you go through a period where you were investigating other stuff? And you're
A period where you're in denial. You have to
remember-
risk another.
no, because you read some philosopher stuff.
I remember I was talking to mom about this, and this was before I joined the Navy, and I was doing the RP, a religious person, I think it's called, and they go through all these different religions. Yeah, they don't. I mean, I'm not too like familiar with what it is because I just kind of mentioned it, and it talks about different like it goes through different religions. Like our chaplain obviously is a Christian, believes in God and everything, but so I had a point in my life where it was the opportunity was there to learn other religions and stuff.
But you kind of went towards what was normal, or not was normal to you. You know what I mean? Because, like you were saying, like you were trying to reinvent yourself. So if you would have had set up the Bible, you had the Torah in front of you. Oh, I know what you're kind of saying. I mean, you read the Torah. Would you believe in whatever that fucking book says, or you know what I mean? Or
Yeah, okay, I see. It's kind of going back to where
it's not really like a sign that God exists. It's more just like
What you were brought up on, like if
you were reading.
like you were an Eagles fan because it's all you knew.
yeah.
Then when you
reinvented the eagle.
but you when you want to reinvent, you weren't gonna like, oh, let me reinvent and it's the whole spectrum. Let's see all
But the
32
point
teams.
that you're still comparing it to faith. So whether I loved him, he'd be like, okay, well, yeah, now I'm on fire for Allah. I'm gonna.
That's what I'm saying.
But
But
that's all he knew.
like some sure, yeah, you had to reinvent the eagle. You didn't reinvent the NFL.
Yeah.
You did look at the Packers and what the Raiders were doing and what the, you know what I mean? You'd look right at what the Raiders
was losing God because of you see what I'm saying?
I
That's what I'm saying. That was on his own. He decided I need something.
But he wasn't starting at zero, though.
But he looked.
He wasn't starting at like.
I know they're trying to say
From what's familiar.
I wasn't looking elsewhere.
So he didn't know about. He didn't have any knowledge about all these other religions.
Right, but he had those same crumbs dropped in front of him too. They weren't mad. So maybe they were at some points in his childhood mashed in his face, like the way you know what I mean. Like even with me when I was younger, mashed in my face. But it wasn't until I was in my 20s.
But I'm saying, but
like
that's the same spot I'm at. I'm not saying I don't believe or I don't.
autopilot up until after I got back from the army.
That's what I'm saying. But that's the moment you had in your life that like. So what's the moment you had in your life then?
Yeah, it was raised in the church, hardcore Pentecostal, long skirts, like women are submissive, like hardcore Pentecostal when I was a kid. And then so then as we grew up, we kind of bounced around a little bit. And then by the time I was like at my preteens, we were in another Pentecostal that was all white. It was in Philly, all white Pentecostal. And it was, went to youth group, said all the things, still, singer band, pastor's niece in the back of the youth group band, still doing the teenage thing. You know what I mean?
So hours of doing that.
Still doing, the teenage things. And, and even, I got to get married and under God and do the whole thing. And, there was times where we struggled with stuff and I would like pray about it. It's like I'm gonna throw out all my CDs or I'm gonna quit.
I remember that. I went and visit you in DC. You had all your CDs on a coat hanger.
But I'm gonna throw out all my CDs and everything. And it wasn't until I deployed, almost died, came back, was angry at God, and was like, I didn't want no part of this after I had seen war. I didn't want any part of it at all, and because it's evil, like the stuff that men do in time of war. And I had some dark seasons, and I went to what I knew, and I was like, I'm going. And I was exposed to Islam because when I was in basic training, I went to a mosque with my buddy. He was a German American, and he was an army brat, and he was Muslim, and so I went to the mosque a few times, and in the beginning, I seen Abraham, I seen Allah was like the same God, but then they lost me with the cutting the throats of infidels, non-believers, and all, like, they've lost me with that. And
Counting gays off roofs and stuff.
yeah, that stuff, and they lost me with that, and I was like, and so then anyway, so going back to that was a memory of mine when I got back from the war, and I just remember that my God's a God of love and not a God of hate, and I think no matter what religion or it's there's evil men out there. You know what I mean? There's whether it's Muslim, whether it's they represent Christians, whether they represent Jews or Buddhists or Sikhs or whatever. There's evil men in the world, and I can't let what I mean. I can't. So anyway, I remembered, I wasn't feeling loved. I didn't feel like I loved my family, after I got back, and
Contact reason? He doesn't love you.
but back to what I knew, and that was God is a God of love, and I prayed and I got in the Bible and I seen Him again. I relearned, and I was like, I relearned, refresh, and
I just think maybe because I haven't experienced those experiences yet.
Do you
know what I
think are you more talking about an act of God? Like that was undeniably.
I just think I'm so unknown. Like I got like you said, I got to do my own research because it's only what I know and if I don't know what I don't know. You know what I mean? So not only that, but I just feel like a lot of people that talk about God or that are so undeniable about God had experience in their life where they were like, "This is what changed," or "This is what." I'm not saying I'm looking for that, but I just feel like maybe I just didn't have that yet, or maybe something in my life didn't. I don't know.
You're
I'm not looking
waiting.
for that in a sense either. It's just that like from what I've experienced and what I'm learning, maybe I'm not learning the right shit. And speaking of that, I listen I have Audible, whatever it's called, so I listen to books, I don't read them, and I downloaded the Bible. It's actually free. You know what I mean? So because I want to
it's
listen.
hard to listen to.
Books, I just want to learn. It's hard to listen to any books for me, but
Christian guy, it's hard to listen.
I have 4 hours of work every night that I'm not doing any work, so I want to learn. I want to be like, do something like
Those
positive.
when you understand, like
But this is like, what am I learning though? Because
that's what I'm saying. Like,
it's written through time of, who's even the author of the Bible, and like,
so there was
what knowledge and what bias and what opinions did he put in there? Because it's just human nature to do that.
Yeah,
You know what I
and
mean?
there's stuff that man cut out of it also.
And over time, it's like I can tell you a story, and like 20 years from now, you can relay the story, and it's so different than what actually happened. You know,
I think what sets it apart from other books is that there's like 6,000 prophecies that have been fulfilled over the course
what the
of
fuck does that even
years. Over the course of like
Wouldn't it say that? What do you mean 6,000 prophecies? So what do you mean by it happened? 6,000 promises?
like no, like the guy named Jacob is going to be sent to your house and he's going to be holding a jar of jelly. And
Is that just time traveling?
no,
So I'm saying that's just time traveling. But we're getting closer to time travel than we were before.
they're moving around now on time travel.
I feel like I'm saying it's all connected. I feel like that's why religion is not really what we think it is.
Jacob with the jar of jelly was going to come to your house and ask you if you wanted some because he was.
I don't think it's time travel. I think it's definitely time traveling.
You think the Bible's from the future then?
Oh shit!
I think some of the Bible's from the future and the past, but we can't. I don't think we can go to the past. I think we can only go to the future.
Have you seen the movie Arrival?
But that's weird because the future's coming to the past.
Arrival?
Was a good movie.
Never seen it.
Oh, it's so good. That's what I think about. You have to watch that.
You see the 10 Haas, especially being a fucking UFO joke.
You've never seen, you're fake. You're not even.
That's like
I'm not really a big movie.
for people's sides. That's the probably closest to what's probably gonna be like.
But they're saying how they're finding asteroids that are coming from space that have the human DNA on it.
I think
You gotta watch Arrival.
You seen that? You seen that too?
Well, humans are made of.
They're testing DNA and they tested rocks and asteroids.
Yeah,
That's what we're made of.
But I'm saying, but then at the same time, are we already time travelers? And
we are in space.
Right?
yeah, but
So will we be Stardust? Wouldn't all the elements be in stars?
Yes, it's just we're basically a big asteroid that grew life. Like we would be Stardust. You know what I mean? Like you probably find Stardust outside. It's a dub.
Yeah,
But how does that make sense to you though?
all the elements are here? Like there's planets that are made of helium, right?
Yeah.
We need helium here, right?
Because it's a gas.
No, it does a lot. It affects our batteries. It affects how we drill for oil. It affects like everything. Helium, we need it. There's planets that have hydrogen on it. There's planets that
I
have.
believe we don't even need all that.
That's literally what we need.
I think we need that because that's what we're educated to think we need because it runs the
oxygen and
it runs the income, it runs the.
It's something like gasoline and stuff.
Yeah, I think we can generate energy with it with nothing. I think that's a thing.
Tesla proved that, and it got killed.
Yeah, they even prove that now. The one NASA, if you watch Jesse Michaels' podcast,
the energy though.
I think kind of the same thing with religion. They like kind of not necessarily mainly with religion, but with anything, it's kind of like they box us in to control us. Like when it comes to oil and gases, that like whatever, it's the same shit.
What's
But
this all greed and
it's just
commercialized?
it's used to power the income or power the money, and when we necessarily in reality, the top people know we don't even need this shit because we can just pull from the fucking gravity.
I think that's
Because like
respected.
no, because even the NASA guy came out on Jesse Michaels and say how they can put two discs together and they power each other.
Yeah.
And they said they only do a certain size because it generates so much energy. They only need 4 volts to power this thing to move.
Yeah.
And it's like literally 2 discs together that some guy in the 80s came up with, and he was killed.
Well, it's kind of the same thing.
And they did their test.
I was talking.
Yeah, and the Bob Lazar was on the podcast. They were talking about it, and Bob Lazar was like mind blown. Like, how many times you test this? They're like, oh, over 3,000. We test it every day.
They're like, how many watts are you running?
Like 4 watts.
What?
It's like, how are you?
You're using 12,000 or something.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, we can use that much, but we don't have the space for it. He said we can we can generate energy from nothing.
You can't eat a lightning bolt though, bub. You need stardust then.
But this may not connect it to, but they're saying that we're not the top of the food chain. We're not, like, we've been thinking all these years,
Food chain in certain environment.
but we're not.
Like if we're in the ocean, if you were just fucking dropped into the ocean, you're no longer you. As a human, no longer top of the food chain because there's fucking sharks under you.
Well, not even that.
You know what I'm saying? But if you're on land with a fucking rifle,
But I think we're not on top of the food chain still, but we think we are. But
mean,
I think there's things flying above us that we can't even see because they're so advanced, like you said, that they have technology that we can't even see them. But we're getting to a point that
We're back to talk crossing now.
we're getting to a point that our technology is getting so advanced that we're like, hey, let's get to a point where we can't hide ourselves anymore. Like, you guys are getting closer to us than we think.
Well, let's at the rate, up there, the radars, and
Like, we can't hide from you guys anymore. Like, so it's to get to a point where we got to let ourselves know, or it's going to become really weird.
yeah.
Everybody's looking up too, but the ocean still is not.
That's what we're saying. I think the ocean's where they've been forever.
Well, I wanted to ask you too. I'm not asking if you've seen UFOs, but like being in the middle of the ocean.
Is it like it's dark? Yeah, like
It's not like you're out on a boat just looking, but you know what I mean? It's still
Still
like,
feeling like you are.
yeah. I mean,
I hate being on a boat.
Yeah, I keep thinking I have.
is it weird feeling for you? Like, even when he says, I hate being on a
It's
boat,
kinda
does it feel like you're on a boat?
It's kind of like being in a plane, but not.
I think when I was on the cruise, like, it was so big, I didn't realize I was on a boat at times. Is that kind of how it feels?
yeah, it's kind of.
You're going on a boat that has a whole bunch of guns on.
That's what I'm saying. But even you just forget.
Like you're sort of separated from like.
Humanity or like
It's something. What? How you was man? That's what I'm saying. That probably.
like mentally and emotionally, it is kind of just you gotta
That's what I'm saying.
disassociate in order to survive. Like you know,
But even if you think it like that, I think it's gonna drive you crazy.
but also
you got.
I'm out here. I'm not even getting ocean.
I
yeah,
feel like maybe like for a couple of weeks it's like that, but I feel like you kind of have to put your mindset like this is my life.
yeah, but it's so fast paced too, where it's not like
You're just not sitting there thinking all the time. You have other things to do.
even like I've been to other countries. Like I still think like even now I don't believe it. Even that for some reason, yeah, it's so like surreal. Like I just stepped foot in Greece. Like no way.
Yeah,
What? No. It is kind of
it is
just
kind
like
of crazy to think.
you can't think about it too hard, and you just kind of put it
About
right.
that one thing, which I'm not going to mention, but that one thing, and they were like, "Hey, guys, I know you were going home, but you got to bust a Yui. You got to go back."
Oh well.
Like, we're not going back. We're not going back. We're not going back.
No. It's kind of the thing where it's like nothing you can do about it, and that's how you have to do it because you're driving so crazy.
The reason I get scared about a boat is because like you can't step off there.
That's what I'm saying. Like if anything would happen,
You don't deserve.
At least you're the best military in the world. At least you're that's how it works out.
So it's kind of different.
At least in a sense.
You're still gonna die if you fall or you drown.
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying. It was just like interplaying, but different. Like, what's that feeling like? You're just, if anything would happen,
Honestly,
you're here.
yeah.
Fucking explode.
Does that make you more disciplined to be like, all right, I gotta make sure my phone's off. I
No,
don't want to ping.
but it's so fast paced too, where it's not like you.
You're just not sitting there thinking all the time. You have other things to do.
But even like, I've been to other countries. Like, I still think like, even now I don't believe it. Even that, for some reason,
Surreal.
yeah. It's so like surreal. Like I just stepped foot in Greece. Like no way.
Yeah.
What? No. It is kind of
It is
just
kind
like
of crazy to think.
you can't think about it too hard, and you just kind of put it
Well,
right.
that one thing, which I'm not going to mention, but that one thing, and they were like, "Hey, guys, I know you were going home, but you got a bus to Yui. You got to go back."
Oh, you were
Like, we're not going back. We're not going back. We're not going back.
no. It's kind of the thing where it's like nothing you can do about it. And that's how you have to do it because you're talking about crazy if you
The reason I get scared about a boat is because like you can't step off it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if anything would happen,
You're not deserted.
At least you're the best military in the world. At least you're that's how it works out.
so it's kind of different.
At least in a
You're
sense.
not gonna fall.
You're still gonna die if you fall or you drown.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It was just like interplaying, but different. Like, what's that feeling like? You're just, if anything would happen,
honestly,
you're here.
yeah.
Fucking explode.
Does that make you more disciplined to be like, all right, gotta make sure my phone's off. I
No.
don't want to ping. I don't want to ping.
That's good.
Honestly, I think if we're sinking and I'm dying, there's bigger shit that we gotta be worried about as a country. Like it is like minimizing my life but at the end of the day, I'm just a body. I'm just a body. Like
Well, I never thought.
Obviously more going on. There's more going on in life.
If we're sinking, if I'm sinking and I'm gonna die, that there's bigger things.
There's more out
Yeah,
more else bigger than
We're out. Yeah,
it's bigger than
we are the world's superpower.
yeah. I didn't think about it like that either, yeah.
I never thought of it like that.
But at the same time that gives you like it gives you like what I was saying, like we're the best military. Like for me, if I'm on that boat, right? At least I know I'm the best team. I'm the best team in the water. Like we had the best chances. You know what I mean?
I was
Like, and that's how
like this meant, like, as a person,
like if I'm like
you're just standing out in the middle of nothing.
but if I'm the Knicks going against the Celtics,
You look up at night.
I'd rather be on the Celtics team than the Knicks.
So does that mean
That,
that you have?
I mean, that's how I would feel in the ocean. Like at least I'm not fucking Iranian, but we out here. You know what I mean? Like
Does that mean that you have to really have faith in your leadership? Like you really have to be like,
How about that?
all right,
It's-
the president, and he's got so. You know what I mean?
it's not even it's
Like, do you feel safer in a better position now that it's like Pete Hegseth's in there and now that Trump's in there?
other
now
than
it's like,
other than Biden or that.
nobody's messing with us. No, you.
yeah,
blah, blah,
it
blah,
is
blah, blah.
since our military is so focused now, it's like
Cause was he in there before Trump?
He was a Fox News reporter. Oh, he joined during Biden.
Yeah. So
He was on the way out, and we knew Trump was going to win.
okay, yeah, true.
yeah, so it is I didn't even think about that either, but it is believing in it's believing in America as a country, and I guess yes with it's America's programs and how they run the military kind of thing. It is like
Like, I hope you don't get in trouble for this in 3 years from now. But if Gavin Newsom became president, would you like try to early out?
I don't know, honestly.
Does that change your decision?
Or Kamala?
It is
if
like-
Kamala got elected. Would you be like? Because you gotta be careful. I guess you gotta be careful how you answer because you might be in. She's your
A year later, yeah.
and then you're like,
If I did say that thing 3 years ago, the same. If he doesn't act on that, there's nothing really he can.
I mean, your current leadership is, whatever it is, what it is. You feel confident going out on a boat wherever he sends you. You're gonna be like, oh yeah, we're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
But in the future, if somebody like Kamala and Tampon Tim were president, would you be like, and the transgender stuff starts happening again, and all the weird stuff in the military? Would you be like, yeah, I'm out?
Well, I would think like once my contract's up, I'm out. Like I'm not resigning. That's what I would think. Instead of trying to early exit, I would be like, he's
It
finished.
depends on
Yeah.
it depends on what what policies they're trying to enforce because it's not
Like
like
one in Canada, for example, where they said that you're not allowed to say crisis, king, it's anti-Semitic, you're going to jail. If that came to the military,
that would never in my mind, and that would never they would the military is strict.
they got furries in the military. Well, they had them when Biden.
Well, furries don't really affect your deployability or like your
No,
military.
I'm saying, but that demographic of people was starting to flourish during the Biden administration and the Obama administration. That those
But those people weed themselves out. there's people like
There's not gonna. Yeah, they're not.
like you sure you can let transgenders and all these people take in all these supplements in the military, but when you're on a ship for 9 months, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna handle it. You're not strong enough.
In Iran in the middle of a gunfight.
Yeah, like that shit is either gonna
Make or break.
you're break you.
Yeah, that's where the like my mindset when I was trying for the army. Like
I apologize. I gotta take a piss.
I was thought of myself as they don't give a fuck about what about me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
the-
It is. It is.
You're in a different branch of the military too. Like different. You could speak on the army, I guess, and it was a different time. We weren't at war, but I don't know. I just felt like I didn't give a fuck. I was there was people in there that didn't speak English.
Yeah, you're
Like did
just
my
a-
basic training. Like I don't know.
You're a check mark kind
Yeah,
of.
that's how I felt, and that's kind of what turned me off. And I thought it was gonna be like I wasn't gonna be not praised, but like you were gonna be treated a little bit better now that you're trying to protect the country that you live for. But then you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think you see a lot of like within the military. I don't think you see a lot of like thank you for your service type of thing, because it's kind of normal for a lot of people. I know what you mean. You don't feel like appreciated. Like
Well, I guess that's just basic training. I just felt like I don't know. Even
Oh.
they really didn't give a fuck about you. Kind of like I don't know.
well, that was kind of
That kind of point of
That's
it.
the
But at
point
the
of
same
it.
time, like that's what kind of turned me off to the whole thing. I felt like it was gonna be more like a group activity.
I know what you mean. Yeah,
Yeah, everyone's
And
gonna
it-
be in it together, but
and it's weird because my beliefs, I feel like my beliefs and my mindset about life in general is it goes such against the military. Like
Yeah.
the structure of it and the hard piss of it.
You make them sweet.
Like for me, like I think deep down, I just want to be, let's love each other.
Yeah.
Like I got a whole peace sign like a tattoo because
He told me before he got in because he was thinking about doing a certain rate. He was thinking about doing a job that was part of mass media.
oh yeah,
And do you ever see that movie with was it what's our movie? Where he doesn't carry a gun.
oh Hacksaw Ridge.
Yeah, I saw that's your movie.
Yeah, that's a great.
So that's one of our favorite movies, Hacksaw Ridge, because Doss was a conscientious objector, and he said, and Gil was like, well, if I ever did that job or at mass media, he's like, I really don't want to have to lie to people. And I'm like, well, God, that's above your A grade. Like that's the job. He's going to do the job if you're serving your country. He's like, yeah, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. So that's why he didn't choose that job, because he wouldn't want to lie to like the American public or the sailors or whatever,
Well, speaking of jobs, I remember. I mean, I don't want to get too deep into it, and I don't want to. I mean, kind of reiterate what I was going to say, but we're at one point, weren't you going to be in a submarine? Wasn't that one of your jobs you're going to do? I think about it all the time is because of this. Like,
Oh God, no, that's a great.
Yeah. So
that's a whole different.
yeah, I went to took the ASVAB, got a great score, I got like 80 something. And basically it was they didn't tell me this, but I didn't know at the time you can pick any job you want if you score good enough, they can say, oh, we only have these available or only have these available. I didn't know at the time. So I go in. He even told me beforehand, like, no, you just
Being so young.
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Now, one thing with the military is, when I went in to the military, I thought, okay, well, I'm going to support my country. They're not going to fucking dick around. They're not going to lie to people. Well, that's all you've seen in there. They were lying. They were dicking you around. Even trying to get out, it's like, well, we don't know. We're doing paper. We'll let you know when you're getting out. Like,
Yeah.
the fuck? Like, why is there so much bullshit? This is the military of the United States, and there's bullshit. You know what I mean? The people getting in trouble or getting written up for not shading,
Yeah, they told me
writing me up. You know what I mean?
because I signed the volunteer thing that said like, oh, if you would like have to get put on a sub, that you were gonna sub. So in my mind, I'm like, oh, like I'm not gonna get put on a sub, but if I needed to, kind of like if I was a body that needed to go on a sub, then they would pull me. No, that meant I was gonna be going with a sub. Yeah. So I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that then. Come home with a contract and then it says ITS and IT and submarine.
like, what the-
and he
Snap, bro.
I remember like hearing
Oh
about that.
God, snap.
But looking back on it, especially being where you're at now in the military, are you happy that you're like he helped you and like guided you into that direction? Because you probably be on the stuff how they're on there for like 12 plus 16 months.
You don't see lights. Yeah.
Sometimes you don't. Well, they don't even let you let family know how long you're on there because it's so like.
There's only like 3 subports in the world.
That's what I'm saying. They're so like classified. Don't even let you wouldn't even know how long he would be on deployment.
Yeah, but he probably wouldn't even know.
What I'm saying.
I'm saying there's so much like bullshit in the military. Like I thought, like it's not what's happened to me. I'd be the first to know. No, I'm the last to know what's happened to me.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that.
That's how it's supposed to be.
How? Well, I'm
If I was a commander, that's how I wanted to be.
I don't know. These are people you deal with and live.
I mean, because you feel like your life's at like risk and like
Even I could do this to you because you said like, well, that's the whole
dealt
point.
for this.
That's the whole point of the oath.
That's why I was like, fuck you.
You think you went in with a different mindset, or you didn't know?
But it's kind of like
This is I had different expectations, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. He would expect like to.
It was like high school. They were writing me up for like not.
That army was different though. My army was
Yeah.
we do push-ups.
I thought it's more physical. You was more like do lectures about shaving or going get written up and taking your pay. Like, you're gonna take my pay, but I'm
Because if I wouldn't have shaved, I would have had to do a bunch of push-ups, a bunch of burpees.
they would have burned it
It
out.
made me carry my little shave,
and then you would have shaved though.
and then I'm gonna go shave. Yeah,
But they wouldn't.
I wouldn't get written.
write you up.
Yeah, I wouldn't get written up or nothing like
Like my ex, he had a fucking like a permit to say you're gonna have to shave through the pussy or whatever. So you know what I mean? Like
you can get those.
I was like so like
PX stop that though.
I don't know. Yeah, you did. But I'm saying there's so many. Like it was like so much bullshit, and I didn't know anything, and
Oh, did you see they're
I don't know.
letting military members carry firearms on bases now?
Yeah, did you hear about that?
Well, that's kind of scary, and
No, it's not. Shouldn't they?
yeah, they should.
Well, yeah, but I will. I didn't know anything about this,
I
so
always thought they did.
No, it's a federal offense. If you're active duty, federal active.
Oh, but now took military police. Yeah, everybody.
Everybody can carry a firearm.
that's what I'm saying. First of all, I didn't know anything about this. I thought it would. I feel like that's.
It's a huge. It was before.
I'm a service member. Why can't I have a firearm?
Huge federal crime.
I thought you did.
Bringing a firearm on federal.
Are they scared of like people
they're
not
scared of-
mentally right?
Yeah, I feel like if you got that far, I mean,
You're not mentally in the right space. Like, but I'm saying like he was having like mental. But imagine like someone was like, say, I'm not sure how far or how deep yours was, but mental people that didn't know. Let me try to find God. Let me reach out to God and try to get right. Remember, people didn't have that source. People were just like, I want to shoot everybody. I'm not gonna need to end this, or I'm going crazy.
Another guy to shoot him there.
Yeah, if you live in a
True. Yeah, instead of just like people running or yeah, it's for running. Everybody
one
like
thought was going to get to call people. You guns everybody.
yeah.
I didn't think about it like that. Yeah.
if you're like on
But scared at the same time because everybody had one. So
I mean, I wish there was no guns ever existed. Period. Ever. You know, I wish we were still using knives. And
I don't want that hurt to say.
No, I really do believe that. No, I really do believe that. I wish.
Crime.
No, I wish the only tool that everyone in the world had was a hoe and a plow or an axe. You know what I mean?
I'm
But-
married.
No, I'm saying I don't think as like the
Yeah, it wouldn't be silly. Yeah.
everyone it would be peaceful. Like I wish there were no guns ever existed. Period. But there's always gonna be evil.
They tried that in fucking England. People are still getting stabbed up.
People are gonna start. And Antifa's going in September.
England.
I told her, yeah,
Or like post nothing on social media. Like, get it right now.
bro. I told her, I said, you know, London's fallen, right? She's like, what do you mean? I'm like,
There's a movie about it.
what? And she's like, yeah, and then we're gonna go to France. And I was like,
Who's she going with? What?
her sisters?
And Jesse and Jenny. So I know my mom ain't going.
No. Yeah.
Fuck that.
And she's like,
Is that where you a lot?
oh yeah, I'm trying to talk her out of that. I'm gonna start sending her tweets like,
I think there was a sport on myself.
but I told her as soon as she hits the ground, she needs to go buy a hammer. Go to a hardware store, buy a hammer or a drywall saw.
So I want to see how long we got. Keep trying to want to see how much time we're in. Just so I know.
We're not even halfway done. We're just warm.
Because I'm making sure.
Are you trying to get over?
No, I just want to see it. Make sure everything's running how it wants. Sometimes the camera.
Hang something good like it.
Oh, an hour and a half already. I'm chilling. I'm chilling.
There you are, the time clock.
No, I wanted to ask more questions. I didn't know how far along we were. But speaking of ask more questions, since you're mainly the guest here, and you're kind of the one kind of going like for me when I think about, I mean, I try to reach out when I think about you. I mean, it's not all the time, but I do try to reach out. kind of how's your personal life going? Are you very lonely at the moment with this? Like, no, I want to know because like, because like for me as a person that like
the way you
thought about the military. No, I want to know. I want to get into the deep of it. I want to get into like the real of it. You know what I mean? I don't want to just touch base. I want to feel like. So my thought of it's like, I feel like from my point of view, right? You tried, just for someone, you're the youngest in their family in a sense of like, for us cousins wise, right? Before Uncle Jimmy and all them started having
Age,
babies,
really.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So for me, it was like, we seen in our family multiple people try different avenues. I'm not saying in a bad way if it failed or anything. I'm just saying like you try like the college, you know what I mean? You try to go into the workforce, then to see you go into the military. Obviously, even to this day, for me, it's like sometimes I feel like my extra route might be the military because I got so much going on. And me right now, I couldn't do it. I would have to change my whole life around. But for someone that's
How old are you?
27, I'm just saying in the sense of my habits and stuff. You know what I mean? I feel like I could if I changed my habits around, but
Yeah, but the fact that you're even thinking of it means that you reach that age where the brain is, and you sit
because I
join the military.
just because I have to,
In the army and I was free.
because it's more of my family now. You know what I mean? Because like I have to like I can't keep living.
not a man.
I can't keep for the next even 2 years. I can't keep living like this. Like I gotta make sure I'm building the foundation for my family, and right now I'm not. I gotta be honest with myself. You know what I mean? So I mean, honestly, like even with coming to college debt, like the military is kind of like an option that kind of gets me out of it. But not that I want to do, but it's like an option. I gotta be real.
The debt you can't write off.
Yeah, it's like I gotta be real myself. So that's what I'm saying. Like for me, the hardest part, if I would take that route, obviously I have a family and stuff, and you're in a position where I think it's kind of more beneficial for you. You don't have a family, you don't have stuff like I have your family, but not like your own family. That's like the hardest part would be for me. It's like leaving my kids. You know what I mean? Maybe we can talk about that with you because you were kind of going through that. Right now, like when I say is it lonely for you, like obviously you have a girlfriend and stuff, but like in every day, like what keeps you going? You know what I mean? Like for me, like if I would try to put myself in your shoes, what would keep me going in that point of view? Like just bettering myself, a career,
Do you want to tell them about the drugs or?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know. Like what keeps you every day? Like this is repetitive. Even when I'm working, it's just repetitive as fuck. Waking up every day, it's like I don't. Obviously, you probably go through moments like, damn, this is the right decision I make. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to know about it. I want to know how you feel.
So it's monotony, but it's different monotony. I don't know how to explain it really, but like you know, I used to work at Mars, I used to work at Jersey Mike's, I used to work at UPS. And maybe it was because I was constantly depressed. Like
Do you know the story about when you decided to join? The moment you decided?
No.
Oh, that's a good story.
yeah, so like, and it was just my mindset really. Like yes, I was smoking 24/7, like I was smoking like a crackhead kind of thing, you know. And my mindset was just in this is but the way I went about it was not healthy at all. My mindset about it was so
You were playing Rocket League and smoking weed.
yeah, and it affected like me working.
At his age, it's not really so bad.
But it's he didn't have anything else.
But
Like that was his life.
The way my brain operates, I'm not saying it's my brain is way too complicated to be doing just that shit. Like it drags me down knowing that I'm doing it because I'm so self-aware. Like I know this is not bad.
I'm the same way.
Yeah, I know this, but
It's hard to sit there and do stuff you enjoy.
yeah.
You feel bad for enjoying stuff like that. Yeah.
So I worked Mars third shift. Fucking terrible. That was the worst part of my life, I think.
worse. I'm not saying worse than going through now, but even at your bad parts right now, worse than your.
Yeah,
we
that
talked about
was.
that.
I was
'Cause
he don't even know about half the shit I did because
I understand third shift. I understand that point. Like I know.
I don't want to know, but I do remember the story where you decided you wanted to go home for the day, and the cop knocked on your window up at the Ironville Park, and he thought you overdosed when you were actually sleeping.
yeah, I was high. I was sleeping and I had
In
a
your
pen in
car
my
at the
hand.
park, right?
Yeah, I had a pen in my hand. I was sleeping, and I got a knock on. I woke up. I'm like, officer, oh shit. And he's like,
Did
he
he say
rolled
the
the window
bed?
down. I rolled the window down. He probably did, but he didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Can I see your license?" I just made a call that you overdosed or some shit. And I was like, no, I'll just gotta work, whatever. I lied.
Dude's weird. I've been in that same park.
But
Sleeping and not going to work.
but
I was saying I could connect. That's why I'm saying I
Yeah.
want to know. Cause like
Mars, they did the thing like, hey, who wants to go home? And obviously me is like, me, you know, all the time, not realizing that, you know, I'm not making money.
yeah.
But I would not go home because I kind of had a fear of waking them up. Knowing
Yeah,
that
then your dad like, what are you doing
The
home?
dogs start barking. Yeah, and I'd be like, because I was, from a parent perspective, I was at a point where he went to college, didn't work.
Mhm.
I kept telling him he needs to find a trade, or else he's gonna struggle. If you don't find like a trade, you're gonna struggle, or you need to join the military. He's like, military's for losers. I'm not joining the military. I'm at least making $20 something an hour, and so do you want me to keep going, or you want to?
So where was that? Yeah, third shift. So I would not go home. I would go and do other shit.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, but just
Butt fucking.
Yeah,
but yeah. Sounds like this is not good for me. Like I'm not really one point. So like, you know what? I'm gonna go work at UPS. You know, morning shift, cool. Moving boxes.
That was more money.
Yeah, it was more money too. I was getting paid and seasonal. You know, when Christmas time comes around, you're getting that time and a half. It's great. I was moving boxes and moving boxes, moving boxes. I'm like, this is better, but my brain is still like the same. Like I'm in this negative, you know, pessimistic mindset. I'm so depressed all the time. You know,
Yes,
my hormones are going crazy in my head.
you can do more.
Yeah,
Or you meant for more. Yeah.
and it's not even like meant for more because I guess it is. I guess it would.
Yeah, 'cause I get that too. Like, it's not like you. Someone else talking to somebody.
Like any purpose.
Yeah, and you're doing purpose for it again. You not. It's like the weird feeling. You feel like you're better than.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's like you don't feel like you're better than everybody else that you work with. You look around, you're like,
This is not
better.
my life. Yeah, fulfilled.
My life's more than this.
And it's not even like narcissistic or like an ego thing. It is like literally our brain is wired where you have.
You better
To do better.
Yeah.
You gotta do better. You gotta do better.
Yeah.
So, I was at that point, and like I said, I didn't even think about military. He was in the military. From seeing his experience and how he went through, I was like, fuck no,
No, dude.
not fuck no. But yeah, I just reached that point, and it was either him or
Let me tell the story from this point.
yeah.
From your perspective.
From my perspective, this kid was Rocket League, smoking weed, and he had just quit his job, but he's getting another job paying $10 more an hour. And he was like depressed. And he's in his room playing Rocket League, and then he stopped, and then he'd be on his phone. And we'd walk by and he'd just be in his phone, like depressed and
Ripping a pen.
ripping a pen. And then he went to Tina stopped at his mom stopped at the door and was like, "What's wrong? What's the matter? What's the matter?" And that's because I was texting her. I was like, "You need to talk to her," and because I know I can be.
She's her soft spot.
Yeah, yeah. And she was like, "What's the matter?" He's like, "I don't know, Mom. I'm starting this new job. I'm making way more money. It's a way better schedule. I'm not excited about it." And she's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "I should be more excited. I'm making more money. Like I could be able to buy stuff, get a place." She's like, "What do you want to do?" We're frustrated. "What do you want to do with your life?" He's like, he's like, "I just want to travel." And she was like, "Oh my God, that it takes money to travel. You got to pay for gas." She's like, "What would you do if you had?" He goes, "I would just game and travel, like in a van." And she's like, "Well, you still got to buy the stuff, still got to pay for gas, you still got to eat." He goes, "Well, I want to just travel." She goes, and then she said, "You know what, Miguel?" And she said, "I'm gonna probably regret saying this, but you have no job. I mean, no bills, no wife, no kids, no responsibilities. Why don't you join the military?" He was like, "Well, what branch travels the most?" She's like, "I don't know." "Oh, go ask your dad." So Miguel came downstairs. I was listening. I didn't hear what they were talking about, but I heard her say, "Go ask your dad." And I was down on the counter downstairs in the kitchen. He's like, "Dad, what branch of the military travels the most?" I was like, "The Navy." He's like, "I'm joining the Navy." And I was like, "What?" He's like, "I'm joining the Navy. I'm just tired of this shit." And he went upstairs. So I started texting my buddies. I was like, "Hey, are you still recruiting?" Like I'm just trying to. And the next day, it was a Saturday at 11 a.m. The recruiter showed up. And I said, "Gil." He's like, "What?" I was like, "Gil, come on, get up." He's like, and I went downstairs and like 5 minutes goes by. I went back upstairs, a normal routine. He just was depressed, tired. "Gil, come on, get up, get up." He's like, "What? What?" I'm like, "Get up, get up. You need to get up." "Why do you need to get up? What's so important?" I was like, "The recruiter's downstairs." He's like, "What? What? Why'd you call? But just a conversation." wasn't that serious. Like I was just saying it, because I think it started to set in, of like, yeah, this is it. I do by this. I still waiting. Yeah, I remember that feeling. I do got to do something. And he's like, Dad, it wasn't for real. And I was like, you better go downstairs. The recruiter's down there. And he talked to him, and we go. Did you go that day for a pretest?
No, I went. We talked about it. I did the online pretest.
Yeah.
So I think I did do that day, and then I actually did the what's it called? Where the PyCat was online now, like a week later. I literally that whole process took less than 2 weeks because I didn't want to sit on it and then think like,
But he was
Overthinking or
trying to get his piss clean.
oh yeah,
That's what we were trying to get his pit clean, and that was a process.
I got clean in 10 days, and I was working for like a year straight.
skinny and
Yeah, I am bone.
you know, that's kind of how I am too.
Yeah. So, and once he got clean, he shit, and that was it.
You're looking back on it, you know. I mean, in the future, looking back on it now,
I mean, he struggled though at AIT, like even
Oh yeah, so I didn't even go in as IT.
Do you
I didn't
know this?
No.
You wanted for
CTN.
yeah.
It was the hacker, script running scripts and looking for vulnerabilities and everything. So that's the hardest rate in the Navy.
Sounds boring though.
It is.
Within the screen.
Yeah.
but it is next level. You know.
Read code.
But coming out of the military, you're so open to
One of the-
like,
you have to
especially
learn-
nowadays. It's like,
AI taking that job.
well, no. Well, the integrating.
Still got to know.
Yeah.
But I think
It kind of makes the job harder if you think about
It's
it.
gonna be 5 years before Mythos does it.
But
exactly.
you got to think like that job, it has to be operated by a person because
AI can go to the next level.
well, I can use it. I can use AI to create an algorithm, a rainbow table, and hack into something easy.
No,
What?
I'm saying be easy.
Okay, I don't know what rainbow table is. You might have that.
Rainbow table. That's another thing.
I heard that from a streamer talking about. He was talking about coding and stuff, and then hacking, and he used that term. I don't know what it means. I heard that term.
It's just a type of how to get into.
Just like a program or
Yeah, it's because there's different types of way to hack into stuff. There's like brute force. There's
I heard brute force before.
like a Trojan horse.
Yeah, I heard about the Trojan.
Yeah, like this.
It's different. Yeah,
So there's all different types of viruses, and
You see a picture, but he sees the numbers and letters that are
one vicious. Yes.
See a little seahorse like hiding himself,
mhm.
But like when you're accurate, it's like
Yeah, that's the shit. Like
that
pops.
pages of code.
That's what pops up when you're trying to watch a fight and you see a naked woman. Another tab opens, kind of thing. Like, so that one's for that. It's so fast paced. Like the one program or one, I guess, class, because there's like 16 different classes you have to take, and it's all
Modules.
modules, and there's 16 of them.
Are you allowed to say all this?
Yeah, it's not.
basically.
Yeah, it's 16 of them, and one of them we had to learn Python in like a week, like less than a week, like 5 days. And I basically got up to that point, and I was just failing tests.
Since you didn't want it.
Yeah,
You gotta be a fucking alternative.
He did. Well, I got him one. Like he has the brain for it,
But you have to want.
but he didn't.
I was going out to party. I was fresh out of boot camp. I was going out to party, going drinking every
Wasn't locked
weekend.
in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but people were telling me like, dude, you need to commit like 100% of your life to this class, or you're gonna drop out.
It's what I'm saying. Yeah, like that's your life. That kind of job. Yes.
So I dropped out. I had to re-rate. Thankfully, IT was available. Sat in holding for 3 months, kicking myself. That wasn't even as bad as before then.
Then like MMRs and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Going through that.
The holding is basically that. Also in that too. Before I transferred to the R2U, whatever they call it, like that's the thing. You're just sitting in a fucking
Yeah, like knowing that
light work.
knowing that like you're like I was done with it. Like I was done with CT. I didn't make it. So I definitely got in my own head about that and everything.
When they're holding, it's not like at first when you get there, he sat around board, and then I think it was they came under new command or something. But then they realized, wait, we have people that can sweep and clean.
That's how it was for us too.
Let's get them to sweep.
Filling sandbags.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
we stood 8-hour watches in a skiff that all you literally did was stand in a hall
Do you know what skiff is?
Yeah, I know Skiff.
and
Nothing.
literally for 8 hours straight you would just be standing. Like you use the bathroom, okay, go ahead. But like 8 hours straight, you're just standing down the hall. And we're supposed to be escorts for contractors, but literally like nobody. and I would be at one in the hall, and another person would be at the other end of the hall. We're just like sitting there, just
think.
Do you feel like you're part of the best military in the world? Like just from like a like an energy, like does it feel good to wear American uniform?
Yeah.
I think I would be proud in the sense to wear, like if I was a soldier, in the sense I would be proud to like.
I think the difference is you have the choice in America, where I think in a lot of other countries, you're not happy with your leadership, but if you say something or you do
You're gonna be
something,
killed, or yeah.
you know what I mean?
At least you have it.
You're like you're fighting for the flag, you're fighting for freedom of speech. You join.
Even if in whatever you're going through, whatever, yeah.
You have to join the military, or you'll die, or you'll be a slave.
Yeah.
And your why is important for everything you do in life.
Like I definitely think you're,
For sure.
especially your age, and especially you being the same age as our youngest brother Elijah. Like I feel like maybe sometimes when I don't know your mindset, but just from being me, you're definitely going down the right path right now. You know what I mean? Especially when you're coming to like.
Different path. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about it.
No, I think I'm saying right past because he's building a foundation. You know what I mean? When I look back on it, it's like I was taking these jobs, you know what I mean? Kind of like where you were at, but I'm consistently in a cycle pattern of that. It's like I never built a foundation.
But everyone's building a foundation that they want. So like,
But he's
if you use people as examples, like people that we know, whatever they're in right now, that's what they want their life to look like.
yeah, but you have a choice. You know what I'm saying? Like he was
Right.
in that he was in that like I feel like I'm in that pattern somewhat, and you can still grow from that.
Yeah.
You still learn.
Yeah, you still should.
But when he's 27 in my position, looking back on it, he could be happy that he made these decisions. You know what I mean? He's not gonna be like, what could I have changed to be in a better spot than put me in a better spot now?
It is.
He's gonna be like, these decisions I made are gonna be like kind of help me get to where I'm. You know what I mean?
Decisions I made 5 years
it's not-
ago didn't really have an effect on my life.
Right now.
Like decisions like they
Yeah,
It's not like I don't think I made a right choice joining the military. I think it.
but I think in 10 years you will realize I
But
did.
in 10 to 5 years, I could be back to doing meth or whatever. Not back to doing meth. Yeah. But you know,
we had to get his pistol.
But then you would say to yourself, then Matt, you did that your whole life. But I'm
But-
saying like, for me in a sense, it's like
You have that foundation.
you have that foundation that like
go back to doing what you were doing, smoking weed all day.
But what are you comparing that to? Like for like right now, he has a
Ran to Elijah, kind of.
comparing it to everyday, even my life.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like,
but
even like, cause I put myself.
comparing, but he can compare his life to what he was while he was working at MMR, sitting in front of his computer, getting ready to play another round of Rocket League, and say, "Yeah, I made a better choice." You know what I mean? But look at the dramatic and all the years that went by and all the things that he had to go through to follow through with that choice.
But the same decision, what you're saying is, would you say that you going to the military changed your life for the better? Like if you didn't go, you probably would have been a different spectrum of not of where you're at for your family now.
I think the military picked up where my parents left off.
That's what I'm saying, but
Turned me into like
a benefit for you. That's
Even
what I'm
for me
saying.
doing the military, that it kicked me in the ass where I never back to mom's house.
So I'm saying even if it didn't work out for you, it's
Do your other choice. It worked out. It didn't work out military wise. But it worked out a different way. Where
that's what I'm saying. Looking back, 5-10 years ago, looking back, it benefited you.
yeah, like I don't have any. Like I never have regrets of joining the military. Well, I mean leaving the military. Like I don't regret any of that. You know what I mean? Because
you tried it.
even though I'm not like fucking, I'm still living fucking the way I am. You know what I mean? Like
You're independent.
Yeah,
It changed you for the better. Like it changed your mindset.
I didn't even get past of not joining the military where I was going to move out of mom and be that mindset to like when I got out, I was married. You know what I mean? Now I had Jill like responsibility for a wife. Like it taught me, military taught me how to grow up. I was around other dudes. I had different perspectives. Like I didn't go to war or even finish basic, but like
Your kids are going to school and that's
what I think.
on their back. You have 2 cars. Your relationship with your wife is great. You do things on the weekend. You have hobbies that you look forward to. You know what I mean?
So that can be his life at the military.
But that changed his trajectory when he made the choice. You know what? I'm not going back to the way I was. I need to make some changes because this is not what I want my life to look like. So he built it the way he might hate his job, but he knows that's what pays for everything that he does right now, and he just needs to find something, better if he wants to. That's up to him.
for you. That's what
Do you guys?
build.
This is not really off topic, but it kind of is. You guys know Tizo Touchdown?
To the artist. Yeah.
Yeah, one of his videos, it talks about how our parents were raised on the American dream of having house, kids, happy life. So now that I would say we're kind of in the same generation, that we're raised and we want something different than what they wanted. It kind of comes down to you and because right now you're saying that you don't like the monotony, like you kind of going to like this,
Cycle.
the cycle.
Well, I'm learning that it's because of my habits. It's because of my every day, not just every other day or every day at work. It's because of my everyday.
Oh,
But-
habits out.
yeah.
Big.
Yeah, but also,
But that's what I'm saying though. For him, making that adjustment so young and realizing so young, if you look back when he's my age or older, be like, that changed my life for the better. Like I'm telling you, you're on a great path right now. Even if you go through dark moments, it's like just realize that you're.
but it's not like,
I don't know how to explain. You know what I mean? Though. Yeah.
yeah,
Because you're not only gonna have a career, but you're gonna like.
You're gonna look back at this time as positive, even though you might be going through a negative time.
Yeah.
I think, your environment, your environment will definitely, because there's this thing I was thinking about this quote. It wasn't even a quote. I just kind of made it up. Like, you can do all these things. You can have a great job and you can work out, eat healthy, do all this shit. But if you don't have a right mindset about it, it's not going to be fulfilling
Yeah.
no matter what.
Yeah.
There's no purpose behind it,
Yeah.
is it?
So I think because of the environment I was in, especially on deployment, that kind of broke me kind of in a sense. And my mindset about everything changed. Like, I was talking to him about loving myself, finding ways to love myself. And looking at it from where I was 4 years ago versus now, there was a complete shift. Not in, yes, kind of in the things I'm doing. I'm in the military, working, being IT, but in the way I look at it, there's a shift.
Sorry, I just called you a nerd in my head in my life.
Yeah, but
It's just so weird because like you're the youngest in our generation in a sense. You know what I mean? Like to see because I would just know you as like even with Elijah, but like I think because I didn't see you as much or we didn't have a connection
Yeah,
I have with Elijah,
yeah.
it's like you're just a younger. It makes me feel old in a sense. You know what I mean? It's just like this is. I think you're doing great things. That's what I mean.
Did you did you feel like pressure in that moment that if you didn't do something that you were worried about what we thought about, mom and dad thought about it, or were you worried about like what your cousins were going to think about you, or were you more focused on like, I feel like I'm not on the right path, I need to do something? Like, what was it? Did you feel like, was
I
it a
think-
lot of disappointment?
No,
You could
yes, a little bit.
because I mean,
It was half and half, kind of.
totally fine.
It was half and half, kind of, because at that point, yes, I was worried about what you guys see me as, and but it's not a bad thing really, because I knew, I wasn't doing the right thing. But yeah, it was more of I was looking for something more.
Do you
Like,
think that
for me,
you think that you'll try to apply a healthy type of pressure on your kids so that way they feel that weight of not disappointing you? Do you think that's an unnecessary thing? So that because it's like you could like mom always says, you can steer a moving ship. Like, do you feel like you're gonna be that person for your kids that's gonna say, hey, you need to do something. You got to keep moving, keep learning, you need to make a choice in life. Time to grow up. Time to move out. Time to go to college. You need to go find a trade. Are you gonna be that parent, or do you feel like that's too much, or do you feel like I have to be that way, or else my kids will be soft?
I don't think I'm gonna do it a one size fits all kind of thing, because the way that my mindset is, the way I'm like hella autistic and overthinking and everything, and like how my brain works, I can't guarantee my kid's gonna be like that. But you guys knew me. You guys knew how I thought, and I was beating myself up and all this stuff. So obviously you're gonna put pressure on me because you want me out of that mindset. If I was
Do
doing,
you think you'll be in tune to your kid like that? So
yeah, that's
because
what I'm
your
saying.
kid-
That's what I'm saying. But I don't know what I'm gonna do until I know how my kid is, because you know what I'm trying to
I
say.
think once you become a parent, that's when it changes. Because from you obviously being not a parent and me being a parent, obviously, it's just like something clicks. You know what I mean? It makes you grow up, obviously, but something just clicks that like
Liam falls and you're like, no, get back up.
yeah, like
Get up.
what you're saying of not being like that, but, like something just clicks when you become a parent. Everything changes. You know what I mean? So even your mindset of like changes in that.
I get what you're saying though. You're saying like,
Right.
because you asked that question, it fucking clicked in my head because our dad wasn't. We didn't have someone be like, "All right, you got to do something."
Yeah, like
Like we were the one kids that were like sitting at home like, at school all day.
we're
You're playing football, okay, cool. Or you're not playing football, why? Oh, okay, cool. You know what I mean? But you were like, you were done, like when I was done fucking high school, when I was just like, all right, well, go get a job. But your dad was like, get a trade, school didn't work, get a career. That's you know what I mean? He's kind of like coerced you into a thing.
I need to be okay to die, dude. Like I need to know that a kid.
What the fuck was that?
He criticized for the way like I parent, and it's not that parenting out of control or to be a tyrant. It's because
Yeah, but I trying to work you guys. What I'm saying. But I'm thinking when you asked that question, I was like, that's what parent I want to be for my kid. Yeah, because like seeing Jonas didn't play Fortnite every day, like I tell him now, like you gotta. I think myself like you gotta get to do something. Young though, and yeah, but that's what I'm playing.
he's a little tiny happy. He's adding the big ones. Like,
He's this now, so like he can get into wrestling at school. Like, should I force him into sports? Which I'm going to force him into, which he has to do one.
to do something, and he has to finish it. He can't quit.
Yeah, and I didn't have that pressure, so I asked him that.
But even you saying that, it's like I'm listening because we didn't have that. Like I can't even reach out to dad now and be like, we're getting information, like for us now, it's like we're kind of just setting our own blueprint with being parents.
Yeah, but I want to be that kind of. I want to be the parent that not forces my kid to do something, but like kind of forces. But I don't care if it's something.
It's out of like it's out of love. Like like Bailey said, and it made me feel. And after he said it, I felt really bad about it. I was sad about it. But Bailey said that when I looked at him, I never judged him. You know, that I always greeted him the same and all that other stuff. But he said, and it wasn't what you were saying. It wasn't like, hey, why aren't you working? Why aren't you doing this? Like you would say, like, hey, so how's that job at so and so going? And me in my brain, I'm like, oh, I quit that job. I'm on to the next job. Now I got to tell him that I feel like shit because I quit that job. So he felt like it wasn't like he felt judged, but it was like that.
It was just it was a sales judgment.
Yeah, it made him think about himself. You know what I mean? And my intention wasn't that. My intention was like that loving pressure of like, hey man, come on, climb. I was like, I'm good, be better.
I don't think that's a bad thing because we didn't have that. We didn't have that pushing forward, like pushing us forward. There was you coming in saying, "Hey, how's that job?" And for me, I'm never felt guidance. Yeah, self-reflective. I thought I quit that job.
Right.
You know what I mean? If I thought it was the done, if it was like, hey, you know what I mean? Like, since I was in journalism, 6 years old, like I could see the path that it takes to them playing Fortnite all day.
But I think it's supposed to be natural for a man to make you accountable to yourself to be a man.
But we didn't have that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if we're playing basketball and I moving pick you and you fall and you scrape your knee and you're 20 years old and you start crying and whining and saying that you're going to quit, and it's like, well, what do you mean? What just get up, you're fine.
Yeah.
You're okay. Another man checking you, you'd be like, why am I being a bitch?
Why am I bitching out? Yeah.
Why am I acting like that? Why am I pouting? You know, and I think even sometimes if you're a good person, growth can come from that. And if you're a shitty person, you're just going to turn out to always be whining
Negative about it. Yeah.
and not, manly. Well, I think there are traits of, as much as media tries to tell you not, but
That's a whole nother.
but there are traits that men have. You know what I mean? That's why men lead, and that's why men are in the military. That's why men are in the front lines. And a lot of women, free thinkers, will say that that's sexist. But the whole.
I don't even go back to civilization.
I kind of pissed the girl. This is how ridiculous. This one, like, what do they call it? Atomic household, where there's gender roles. That was always the way until the 50s, and in the 50s there were like these women communist groups that came in and tried to do the women's equal rights thing. And I think, yeah, women are humans and women vote, and I think women work in corporations, but that was a period where the home changed. Women went to work.
Yeah.
Women started to abortion was on the table. Women started wanting to like be in the military. We had to create women's standards for the military.
Yeah, now we're having less kids. Now we're having less kids and some of
And I think that a part of that is the voice of the man in the home is going away.
But if you look now, but there's stats are pretty high of men not being in households.
Right.
A lot of men are in prison and
Right.
even in the military. So the woman's raising a man. You know what I mean? That's kind of what happened with my situation. Maybe that wasn't there. But there wasn't a steady man in the house. So
And I think that,
Or all bitches, kind of.
well, and I think that's where, well, I mean, and to circle it back to faith and the Creator and the Father. I mean, I hate to go there,
No, you don't do.
but no, but
You know, I get.
you know, I'd like to, you know, that's why I think that the men, and we're created in His image, not her image, you know, and I think that's why it's important that men hold other men accountable. I think it's important that men play their gender roles in their house. They work, they provide, they protect, they pray for their family. You know what I mean? Like their leadership. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like I think it's important for women to nurture and to raise their children and to, you know, to educate, you know, and if they want to now in this modern generation, if they want to work, they can go to work. But I don't think at all there should ever be a time where the woman is like expected to provide, protect, pray, to lead.
That's where what I was talking about,
It doesn't work.
that American dream's going away. Like, you know,
Well, I think not just that. Yeah, it's like everything's so fucking expensive. We're getting taxed 7 times before you even figure out jack or
And-
paid for. Or,
And even so, the men these days don't respect the woman's. It's not just women fighting against misogyny. It's also these men that are being created don't respect the role of a woman in a you know, they don't respect the work that it takes to raise one baby, breastfeed and feed just one kid, like, and try to manage the household and keep your household in order and try to maintain the bills and then still also have a job and that, you know what I mean? Like, so anyway. Yeah.
Just a question I had.
join?
No, I mean I don't know what life has for me. I'm not
I'm Russian.
one. Yeah, I'm
I was just saying.
trying to slow it down a little bit. You know, a good. Yeah, I mean I'll do it and get the bonus. I'm out of the time frame to 26.
no, they just pushed it to 42.
But then you can, but for like the time frame, it's like 18 to 26 that like if the draft would start, yeah, that those are the ones that would have to go first. So I'm showing now. I'm
How
25.
many of those do you think you're gonna make it though?
But I mean, well, yeah, I mean, I see somebody say on the podcast that if it was war on American territory, I would go.
There would never be war.
I'm just saying, but if there was war on American territory, I would be happy to be drafted and join and fight for my.
If there was war,
But
I would not do.
But if I'm fighting for someone else's, like if I'm have to go, if it's not something I'm willing to sign up for, and I have to, that's what I'm saying. But I'll be fine with that. I'll be happy to, in a sense.
You're gonna be defending.
Yeah, because I'll be defending like our. But if it was something I'm going to fight for somebody else's opinion or somebody else's thought and somebody else's wants and needs, it's like I'm not. I mean, unless I wanted to do it, but if I had to do it, if I had to do it regardless, if I thought to myself,
The guard does natural disasters. They do.
If I would, when like Trump calls in when there's a fucking the problem going on in LA, they're like, call it natural disaster. And then you're
From LA though.
you're not killed by your own civilian and you're being killed by U.S. civilians
a
and
fucking
shit.
asshole because you had to.
So they weren't allowed to be armed. They had no fucking arms, right? The girl that got killed and
That was shady. We can go down a rabbit hole about that.
Armless lady?
no, I'm talking about they weren't allowed to have any firearms on them, right?
Oh, there are no arms. Army people out there?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
But what were we saying before that? Am I gonna join? If I would ever join, it would probably be not active duty.
Not active.
that's like a $300 paycheck though.
Part-time job.
So, but I'm saying, but the thing, I think because of just my family, I don't think I could be unless it was like no other options. But yeah, that's regardless
Dude.
if I'm in or not.
I have a bachelor's degree.
I have a bachelor's degree
Be an
too.
officer.
You're not doing shit, getting
You know
four
that,
grand,
right?
getting $400 a paycheck.
But I'm just saying though, because right now is just I couldn't be away from my kids.
I didn't even think of that. You don't even have to be a private. You'd go in as a lieutenant, as an officer, to use your degree as your officer, and then
I don't think I could be away from my kids for that long.
But you could go active duty taller.
That's the thing.
There's
That's told me. I told
I don't. I couldn't be away from my.
I thought like in my dream that's why I was.
I couldn't volunteer.
I left for my kids. Though.
But I see that too. But at the same time, like
Well, for me, I didn't have.
You're the rescue.
yeah, but like
for me,
but even like what you went through and like everything you like the near death experience you went through, like
I didn't say go infantry or nothing crazy, but
like you wouldn't go infantry either.
I've tried to rejoin it.
But-
infantry.
But I'm saying, but you volunteered that mission, ain't?
Yeah.
What is your boat? Because it's fucking Hayward.
That's what I'm saying. But
Well,
like I don't know. I don't know. Like
If
you
you
said,
like,
seeing you go through that conversion, I don't know. Like how I
like,
said,
that's I'm enlisted. Would you want to get a $4,000 a paycheck or 2 paychecks a month to sit in an office job?
That's what
I do an office job now. And it's fucking. I'm fighting sleep. It's fucking boring.
But you're right now you're making hourly wage.
I'm making
I'm
18,
saying
50
if you
is
enlisted,
ass.
if you if you
Well, it
enlisted,
gives me opportunities to open up to do other things.
you would
so.
get. I know it's bigger than money, but if you enlisted, like you would get the bonus on top of your bonus. You would get this big paycheck. And
I
it
would
would
never try to talk anybody in the military that their heart wasn't in it.
I think
Gotcha.
I know what you're saying, but I
been-
think for me it's like
the freedom.
my mindset is like I can make it happen outside of that. Like I always thought about that.
You know, all your
But
kids.
well, it's more music wise. I'm thinking outside more business now and stuff. But
Here's the trade-off: is well, if you end up joining, if you
it'll
join,
be like a last resort for me.
you're joining because you want to get your foundation here. Whereas, and that takes 3 years, and you got your foundation here, and now you can build off of that and live your life. You buy a house, you can, you get a job doing your. Whereas if you don't do that, sure, you can get here, but it could take you 10 years, 15 years. You got to deal with your habits. You got to do a lot of self-reflection. You have to do a lot of.
But at the end of the day, it depended on me.
And all it's
That's why I'm learning. At the end of the day, it's dependent on me.
yeah,
Like, but
and that's all it is. It's like
it could take me 10, 15 years to change my habits, or a year.
yeah, like looking back, I probably
Literally depending on me. You know what I mean?
I probably like 15 years ahead of where I
You
would
would've
have
been.
been.
Yeah.
If, that's it. I mean,
But do you
I still
regret-
would've turned into?
To be honest, I don't mean to be like negative, but do you regret missing that time with your family? Like, do you feel like you can never get that back of like them growing in those years that you
I could
missed?
trade it. Would I?
I just in the sense of like, for me, it's like I feel like I don't mean to speak on you, but like, do you feel like you missed out critical time on your kids' early lives?
No, you know why? Because it was so important, and that's the same thing I'm telling Mariah. That's why Mariah, she's in the union now, and she's trying to bang out as an electrician. Do it when your kids are young, and they're not going to remember a lot of it.
Yeah, but I feel like that's critical for you though, as a parent.
Parents, he doesn't remember being in Germany. He was born there. He doesn't remember being at Fort Knox. He doesn't remember me seeing him for the first time after in a wheelchair. He doesn't remember none of that stuff because he was so young.
But life's
But I
still
was already through. I was already through the foundation. I had already built my foundation. I was on my way out because I was injured. But look, if I would have kept going and stayed in, my foundation grew so fast in that 3 years. Where now I had something that I could stand on. Okay, I got the VA loan now. Okay, I have my GI Bill now. Okay, now I have this reputation, my resume that says that I worked on these vehicles, doing these things to them. So now people know that I have some experience, so it's going to be easier for me to get a job now. So, you know what I mean? So to do that while they're young, so that way when they're older, they'll remember there's food in the fridge.
I just don't know if I just personally could do that.
There's an Xbox for Christmas.
Knowing like not having our
through it, dude.
not having our dad.
It sounds good. It does. Like
I'm not trying to sound. I'm just saying my.
Because imagine if you didn't make it.
You're on. I guess you're on the other side of it.
yeah, like it sounds good. And now that like, because sometimes I sit back, I'm like, if I would have joined the track, I would have like by now I would have had a house, so I wouldn't bought. But what would have happened between me and Jill? I don't know. I wouldn't have had kids probably. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like
We would have, but it would have been a different situation.
I probably wouldn't have because I would have been out. Like, well,
If I would've had
Jill would do that by herself because by the time she was pregnant, I would have been 2 years in. You know what I mean? But then like, we would be.
But even knowing what you had, what you know now,
You wouldn't change it for that.
even knowing what you know now you have like. Now you have a bachelor's degree.
Yeah.
So military is never an option for you.
I think like I still like to think about sometimes, but I had a dream the other day. It was like a nine. Like I joined now.
So
thinking in my dream.
so in your brain, it's not off the table, but you're not paying attention to that option at all.
yeah.
But if already, but your message you could show, what do you grow your
I would have
foundation?
waited till I was older to do it. I mean,
Would have more drive, or
be more. I learned so much, even how to become more of a man. Like I said, I'll still have mom. I was a teenager practically till I left the military. Like I felt like a man type. Like I don't know. It's just
I know what you're saying.
you know what I mean. Like now I know how to fucking
face out
show a little bit.
head on with
I was a little bit before I joined.
Yeah, like I cried a lot when I was in the military. Even mentally, I'm so much stronger than I was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Because it's a bigger picture. There's other shit to worry about instead of thinking about your feelings, you know? I know it sounds kind of like, it's minimizing your feelings, but at the end of the day, like,
it kind of has to.
yeah.
especially in that environment in the military, like a teacher, you're like, so I'm saying, like, you kind of felt like just a number because it's like you don't matter. You follow what this guy does because that guy's following what the fuck I told him to do.
For me, it's like I know that like obviously if I would join the military, the reason I would be successful is because I'm being pushed every day to do things that make me successful. Then it's like for me, it's like why the fuck am I not successful now? I should be pushing myself just as hard.
But that's what I'm saying is you either grind it out, or it's the same thing. It's either you grind it out and learn that over the next 10 or 15 years,
But-
or you join and basically your 3 years is a boot camp for life.
And I
And
think
you gotta
about
learn
that.
all these things quick.
And I know it'll be quick because 3 years ain't really shit, and life or 3 or 4 years, even 6.
It's 3, but
It's like that's not really shit. But at the end of the day, I know that like that's not what I want for my life. Like I know like
So then AI would rule it out.
that's what I'm saying. But like it's not completely out because at the end of the day, it's like I had to set a foundation. I had to do this for my like I had to. At the end of the day, like I had to build a foundation for my family. You know,
But you mean like
no matter what, like even if it takes me 10 fucking years, I gotta do it regardless. Even if it takes me, I don't want to take that long, or you know what I mean. But
We're gonna do it regardless.
it's gonna happen. It's gonna have to happen regardless. You know what I mean? And
Every day has to be.
but I'm learning
a
that.
hard change of a.
But I'm learning that now because we don't have that father figure to be like, what the fuck you do today?
The military was my face, my father.
But I'm saying, but
Besides you,
I don't.
we give you credit.
I don't know. I think I know that I can get it done. I just have to be hard on myself.
but for you,
And
I believe.
I believe I can do it. I definitely feel like I can. It's just I just gotta
Do it.
it's just every day like simple of everyday decisions. You know what I mean?
Willpower,
Yeah.
Like,
And I feel like I'm getting there. I feel like I'm getting closer. I feel like me accepting a cheaper job of a shitty ass more role. Like
I'm a picture. Life is never. There's never a point in your life you can ask anybody that's 99 years old. It's like, oh, I rock.
yeah, I know, and I understand that. And even when it comes looking back, like when I was,
shit every day.
you know, even when we talk, we don't say about make it. We just say about doing things that we want to do for us, and you know, we're
providing
for
for our
ourselves and our family by doing things that we like to
Enjoy
enjoy
every day.
created.
Yeah.
I mean,
I read that like it's either I'm like building something for me, I'm building something for another man.
you're building something.
Yeah, so I'd rather.
While you're building for a man, you're learning.
But that's what I'm saying. But it's not bad. That's what I'm saying. It's not bad. But I gotta. It comes to a point. It has to switch. You know what I mean? Or I'm gonna be on that all life. It comes to a point where I gotta build for somebody else so I can grow enough money to build for myself, or I'm just gonna build for somebody else my whole life.
when
You
you're
got an off ramp.
when you're talking about
That's what I'm
this,
saying.
you
But I'm
mean-
learning that even by myself.
You mean like your career wise? Are you talking about or in life in general?
I
with
think
your
it's like I
family?
feel like I'm before when it came to like before we went to school, it's more of a career. I need a career. I need a career. I need a career. More it's looking at it like it's not necessarily like for me to put my family and put myself in a position where like it's more of a career. You know what I mean? Like I might like for my career, and even when I talk to him, sometimes it's like let's get into the box truck business. Let's get into this. Let's get into this. Then when I really think about it, it's like I'm getting into that things for money, which is not bad, but I need to stick on my education. I need to think. I need to think on.
I'm saying like I don't want to do.
I want to do that once I have the financial literacy to do that.
That's part of the fulfillment. Doing something, whether you like it or not.
I'm doing that now, and I don't have to put the thousands of dollars forward, and then
And it's good.
quit my job just so I can. You know what I mean? And I don't want to do
But-
it. You know what I mean? Like I get it makes money, and you can do it for yourself, but for me to do it as a career, I don't want.
I'd rather own the business for someone that wants to do it to do it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Instead of me trying to like, oh, let's grind this out. Then in 5 years, I'd rather say like, let's get the money right. Let me buy this business. So someone to say Miguel wanted to be a box truck driver, I'll hire him and he'll run the business, and I'll just benefit from it. That's what I'm learning now. Instead of trying to feel like I can do it all myself. No, let me do what I want to do. You know what I mean? And when I know what to do, then
The only so for me, like, I do not want to be IT for the rest of my life.
yeah.
Like that's why would I do that? Like I have interests. Like obviously, like I wanted to stream at one point. Do what I want to do now, like what I want for myself. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm in a really good position where I can, if I want to, for example, be an architect, I can financially supply that for myself with the career I made. So it's not like it's
You're building it. You take the money you're making from whatever it is that you're doing
I didn't have
and pour it into what it is.
I didn't have the blue. I didn't have someone telling me, "Hey, how old are you?"
23.
Well, even before that, I didn't have someone telling me, "Oh, you're in a good position. I'll save your money. Save your money because you can leverage that and grow into what you want to do. You know what I mean?
So your formula, it's easy.
I didn't have a formula.
Yeah, but your formula now is easy.
No, because I'm learning. I don't even still don't have. I'm learning.
Well, the basic,
I'm building my ingredients to see what the formula is.
yeah,
You know what I
the
mean?
building blocks. The main concept is you want a business for yourself.
Not necessarily that. It's not.
You don't want to be.
It's not even when it comes to a business.
You want control of your life. You want a business for yourself. Does that sound? I mean, it sounds what he's saying.
In a sense, but
So what you have to do is you have to get multiple jobs
that's what I'm saying. But like,
and work on them jobs. And
it's
use
not even
that money-
multiple jobs. I would say. I think I just kind of locked in.
He's the same.
I think eventually, I feel like eventually will be multiple jobs.
You have to finance it.
But I think,
have enough money to finance what you want.
yeah, but I think there's other ways, not other ways, but I don't know how to explain.
I know.
Like you get another job and you're like,
I don't think
okay,
I don't
I'm
think
gonna
it's
go-
necessarily getting another job. I think I gotta like, especially now, I gotta invest into an asset that's gonna generate income.
How you gonna pay for it? You got to get another
From
job.
my 9 to 5, that's how I'm gonna pay for
Well,
it.
you know, you need another job.
But no, I don't think I need another job. That's what I'm saying. I need to lock in on this, what I got going on now.
Yeah, but he's saying you had another income. That
But what I'm saying is
and
the
then
other
you
income
go
was,
from that just
but what I'm saying is, look,
box truck business.
say I take a year or two saving $100 a week, right, and to grow it into an asset that's gonna generate me income.
It's $10,000. So
Yes,
$10,000.
but say I take that money into something that's gonna generate income for me without working.
Give me an example.
A house.
If it's a box truck,
No, not a house. A house is a liability.
okay. So a house, no, a house,
The house is a liability because it takes money out of my pocket and I put money in my pocket.
no, a house. If you're renting it out, puts money in your pocket.
But if I own it, if I buy a house for myself, that's a
However you buy
liability.
house, you need 20% down.
But how am I gonna get that money from working my 9 to 5?
You're gonna work 2 jobs.
Yeah, but I don't think necessarily is from
No
because-
bank is going to give you a loan to buy a $200,000 house or duplex to rent out.
Yeah.
if you don't have the income to prove it.
Yeah, but if I throw that income over of years of like 2 to 5 years of growing a steady income and what I'm saying, especially at I don't want to change time for money right now, right? For me,
You're in a position where you have to,
no, I don't.
because
I'm in a position where I just got to start today and not worry about starting. I just got to do it. So what I'm saying is that my now is always now. If that makes sense. You know what I mean?
so what are you selling though?
I'm not selling nothing. I'm just building that foundation so I can sell.
How?
So I can build that foundation where I'm working my job. That little money that I have, even if it's 15, $20 a month, then I'm put it into things that are income that's gonna drive, put in things that assets that
Give me
could
an
drive
example.
income. This is say something dumb as like something super small as like a vending machine, right? Something that's passive income that I don't have to be in that location to make the money. That's
How
why
long
I
does it
said,
take you to save up for the vending machine.
but yeah, but that's what I'm saying, that for me, and I'm in a position where I don't have the opportunity to go get a second job because I have kids. In the sense of like, I work 11 to 7, come home 7 to Jenna gets off at 3:30, and then I fall asleep by 4 and wake up at 9 and go to work at 11.
But you have
I don't have it.
But you have the potential to make more money than she does, so she could stay home all day, and you could work 2 jobs, so you could fuel your dream.
But my second job would be my asset that I'm not working.
But you're putting the carriage before the horse, is what I'm saying.
No, I'm not, because I'm working my 9 to 5 to support my asset that's gonna eventually come in to become another income.
You just added another horse to the carriage.
Yeah.
Trying to pull that carriage with one horse.
So what I'm saying is I'm gonna work my 9 to 5, make sure me and my wife can, right now we can pay our bills and have a little money over. Take that money over that I have and be like, let me invest this into something. Not necessarily, I don't want to go into the vending machine business, but say into something like the vending machine business where I can put this money here that's gonna generate money by itself without me having to do nothing other than paying for like the food or whatever. Then that's eventually gonna lead into, if I keep growing that, we keep putting that money back in, so that's gonna lead into an income that it's outside of me working my 9 to 5. So that's 2 incomes right there, right? So
Mhm.
then start over again. Okay, well now I got 1 vending machine. This gets 3 more, or
long game. You're talking.
but at the end of the day, that's what I'm saying. My now is
Years
that's
by
but that's what I'm
10%
saying. My now is now because 10 years ago, if I would have started this, I gotta think long game.
It's
It's
just the risk at this level is high.
no, it's not, because you might.
Because the stuff
I'm learning.
up, you're using your own personal money to pay bills.
Hands team. You should really need to go.
Like you're using.
I'm already using my personal money to pay bills.
I know, but what I'm saying is that if something fails, your vending machine hurts somebody, the person decides to raise the
But-
rent on the vending machine, your vending machine breaks. What I'm saying is that you don't. That's why I said you were right. I'm putting 2 horses behind the redundant. I'm trying to redundancy it so that way it's going to last, and no matter what,
You're not gonna worry about
it'll
it.
work. I don't have to worry.
Instead of it taking you 10 years, he says you have a job will take you 1 year.
Right.
You can use that income.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
know what you're
I know what you're saying too. But at the same time, that's
I'm just
a job is
looking
a
at
short-term investment for a long-term problem.
I mean, you could tell that to.
That's what I'm learning. A job is a short-term solution for a long-term problem.
I disagree because
No, I agree.
talk to
because-
any union worker who works 10 hours a day, and they're
But they're not-
journeyman electrician.
But they don't like their life.
But
That-
they- but that's
10 hours a
But
day. I'm saying like I'm generating income from assets that I can retire at 40 years old and still be throwing money for generations.
I understand you're disagreeing with the concept, but listen, if you take any a journeyman electrician that's been doing it for 10 years, and he's working a scale job, he brings home $4,500 a month. He's making $18,000 a month, right? Doing scale work. He doesn't need to live off of that. So what's he do? Well, month one, he puts a down payment on an apartment, a house that he's going to rent out, a duplex. And then month two, he buys a car that he can rent out to Uber drivers. And then month three, he buys 4 vending machines. You see what I'm saying? It's like, sure, he's not home. He's not home for 60, 70 hours a week because he's busting his ass on, building a courthouse or whatever. But he's working. He's paying for his long-term investment. And when he retires, even though he has all these assets, because let's say he doesn't have a fancy lifestyle, now he has all these investments and assets, and he's retiring with 2.7 million in his Roth IRA also. So he has all of this generation. He has all this wealth that he can pass on in generations. But what did he trade it for? His time. He was still doing the right thing and saying to himself, it's the mindset. He's still doing the right thing and saying, sure, I'm giving the man my time. I'm building his business. I'm building the courthouse and Walmart's around here, and he's profiting from it. That's fine. But so am I, and I'm going to be smart with my money, and I'm going to put it on the right. And I'm not going to live an exuberant lifestyle because I don't need to buy his stupid shit. And I'm going to invest money in buying Uber rental cars. That way, people that want to do DoorDash or Uber, they can rent cars. I'm buying.
But that's what I'm saying. That's an asset though.
But what I'm saying is, it's like I'm putting rocket fuel behind your.
But I'm that's
saying
I didn't find rocket fuel. That's what I'm saying. I'm at the starting stages of.
jobs, whatever job.
You're putting gas in your car. He's putting rocket fuel in.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like
So I'm saying like you goes like a we're talking.
two jobs wouldn't be beneficial for me right now. I feel
But
like.
what I'm saying with him, like
I feel like my second job would be the.
He talked about going into plumbing, and if he went into plumbing, as an apprentice, he would make more than he has making now. And it depends on his perspective. Does he view it as I'm just making a sidestep? I'm in the same position, or does he view it as wait, I'm an apprentice now. I'm making a little bit more money, but once I become a journeyman, I'm gonna make more money, and I just have to control my lifestyle. As long as I don't buy stupid shit or do stupid stuff with my money,
Upgrade my lifestyle. Yeah.
and don't upgrade my lifestyle, and take that and make those investments into assets that are going to make me more money, so that way we can do fancy vacations and shit. He could take that route. And if one job right now isn't going to put rocket fuel in your horse carriage, then you need
I think that's what my problem is
Just
though.
something
I
else.
was trying to do too much at once, and I need to focus on just little steps right now.
I know that sounds.
Are you thinking like
Because I am, but I gotta learn. Because I've skipped the process of the basics. I started to go like, oh, let's just rocket fuel. I need rocket fuel instead of like, oh, I need gas first.
yeah, but
I'm rocket fuel in the horse carriage, but you actually need to put in a rocket.
Yeah.
Let's say your first goal is, I'm sorry, Gil.
Yeah.
I
Sorry.
was just saying you're thinking from pennies to dollars, whereas you can be thinking about hundreds of dollars to millions of dollars kind of.
That's what I'm saying. I never thought about the pennies. I went straight to the $100 bill. Then now it's like, oh, for me, now I'm realizing it's like I gotta backtrack.
So if you write a plan down, you say, in 3 years, I want to own 2 houses. Then you figure, okay, I need 20% down. I'm gonna need 60 grand. If I don't increase my lifestyle, what job can I work that's 8 to 10 hours a day? That's not going to affect Jenna's schedule. That I'm going to earn $80,000 a year. Okay, so these are the trades, or these are the jobs. Okay, which one of these can I do? Is there an entry level way for me to get in there?
Yeah. I don't. That's not no.
But that's
Yeah.
I know what you're saying, and I'm not saying it's a bad route, but for me, it's just I don't want to.
that's just a route that's been repeated.
I understand that, and
History.
that's proven to grow success. I understand that, but it's just for me, it's just that's not the route I want to take. Like I don't want to get into, and I thought about that. I thought about him about getting into plumbing because that's could be the next millionaire position and next with AI and stuff. And it's just that I'm not gonna be fulfilled. And that's what I'm saying. I'm not
What's going to
happy to change.
Your perspective.
for right now, what I'm saying, I'm not. When it comes to time, for right now with my kids, I feel like my time's more valuable right now with my kids than it is for money. In a sense, because obviously I need to make money to raise my family, but I am. But when it comes to a second job, it's like a second job. While I take an extra 2 to 3 years doing what I'm doing now, raising my kids, or grab a second job and not be around my kids at all.
The
And like,
same rule applies whether you join the military or what. If you're building that foundation, you're sacrificing your time with your kids to build that foundation.
but I'm not
or else
gonna
you're
be-
not going to get the results.
but-
Whether that's just
The military is more time because it gets you.
I always thought about myself. While I'm in the military, I'm gonna be thinking about what I should have been doing, or what I could have been doing if I gave 100% like I'm doing now.
Because you're not all in.
Because I know the military should take away the distractions. That's what it is. I got too much. I got too much distractions in my everyday life, even to the sense if I'm blocked in doing something and Charlie's yelling, "Dad, shit, I need my ass wiped." You know what I mean? Like, I know the military will take away those distractions, even if I'm gonna like not benefit from it. You know what I mean?
Deeper than that, that shouldn't be your distraction to begin with. That should be kind of
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm a father,
But Jenna works.
and she's breastfeeding and she's making dinner and like,
That's why I said
or she's working.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I just think
it's rough.
it's
Yeah.
it's you have to invest more if you join. You have to invest more, but you'll get more out of it. It's kind of.
I think that's anything though. That's why I feel like it's anything though.
But if you want to start from the bottom,
this is hard
Oh,
to
dude.
like.
you want to start from the bottom
Turtle drip.
and you want to build up to that point. Yes, eventually it's gonna take up a lot of time. It's not time in a sense of working hours,
how
but
fast you want to get there.
yeah, it's kind of.
But that's why I said that when I said about you making the right decision, even if I feel like, because if I'm saying building the foundation, like right now, you might not realize it, but you are building that foundation.
Yeah.
You're super young making these hard decisions. You know what I mean? If I would have did this 10 years ago without a family, it would have made more sense.
I'm just saying you could build that foundation faster if you had 2 jobs or if you had a trade where you could make that money so you start buying your assets and investing and multiplying your income.
Well, even like how he said his brain works, my brain doesn't work like that. I get too crowded. Like I gotta be all in. I can't like. I don't know. For my other job would have to be something that I'm growing. You know what I mean? Like engineering. Like I can't go get another job working at another warehouse or working somewhere else part time. I would have to be something that I'm growing. You know what I mean? Just because I'm getting lost.
But do you
Lost in the sauce of repeating myself, then bills are getting paid, and there's no money to be invested. You know what I mean? Like
But are you looking at it as okay? I'm gonna sign a 4-year contract.
I'm not looking at the military at all. Honestly,
No,
I'm saying it's like last resort.
Yeah, but I'm thinking like, okay, if theoretically, if I sign a 4-year contract, I'm losing that chunk of time. Is that kind of
No, it's just that like.
It's kind of
Well, not only that, especially when it comes to like when you have your own kids too, yeah, it's like the missing out, like
not only a time sacrifice, but you could potentially die. You know what I mean?
yeah, even like your experience. You know what I mean? Like you didn't almost make it out. You know what I mean? So like,
the investment. I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
But-
sure, I almost died.
but would you do it all over again?
100%.
That's what I'm saying. So like, it was for the better for you.
I changed my job. I would have just done way cooler.
Well, it would have been. It happened for the better for you. You know what I mean? So it's like in a sense, it's perspective. We talk about it all the time. Like
It is perspective. Like, there's guys that get out and they're like, "Oh, worst thing I ever did." Shut up. You get a VA paycheck, don't you?
yeah.
You bought a house with no money down, didn't you?
but there's
Your education was paid.
But then there's some guys that get out that die from overdoses.
but there's
So
also
they don't know how to manage it. You know what I mean? They don't know how to manage it, or they don't have a family.
Die from an overdose if they didn't build the foundation to begin with.
but there's also
Headed out the path. And
But I think PTSD and stuff. Well, you came home to a family. You didn't have like you didn't have like. Imagine if you would have went through all that and came home to just yourself.
But
you know what I mean?
PTSD though.
did.
No, yeah, but
Well, the same with your injury and everything. Imagine you just came home to just.
it's a.
I mean,
it's
but
a
you came
whole
home.
different
You had to
world.
fight. You know,
It's all-
you know what I mean? You had kids and.
It's a whole different world though. But like for me, like my experience so far, deployment it is not common. Like on my ship, like that ship has not been in combat for 20 plus years. So there's motherfuckers out there older than me and more successful than me, who all they did was go their 9 to 5 on the ship while I was in the yards, kind of thing. Not in the yard, but in dock. So if you like, it's not 100%. Oh, you're gonna see combat or you're gonna see some type of shit. But there are people there who have lived this lavish lifestyle, whether they joined the military or the Navy, Army, Air Force, where it just felt like a 9 to 5, and it's not.
Yeah, they don't look at it like, "Oh, we're gonna die."
Yeah.
They're going to work.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I think they
Kinda
joined.
how it
Maybe
was for me.
they maybe joined so young, or didn't join with a family, and they started a family while they're already in there, or I don't know how to explain it. Maybe I don't know because I don't experience it. You know what I mean? Maybe it's something I don't.
Different perspective.
Yeah, I don't know because I don't. Never did it. I'm just speaking from the outside looking in. But yeah, that's just kind of where I'm at. I feel like in the military, you're kind of forced to give your 100%, or you're not, you weave out.
And that's all good.
But I'm saying, like, if I would give my 100% out here, what I want to do, I can make it happen. So it's like picking. Yeah, it might take me 2 or 3 years longer, but I was able to experience.
Take 2 3 years longer if you're really hard on yourself.
That's what I'm saying.
But if you don't break those habits,
But there's people that come out the military that don't know what they want to do with their life still. You know what I mean? So like, people come out the military say, like, you even said, like, you don't want to do IT for the rest of your life. And some people come out, it's like, what am I gonna do? You know what I mean? It's like, and I don't want to come out working a 9 to 5. That's what I'm saying. I feel like if I would go to the military, but I don't.
respect it though. Like I'm an electrician.
But it's a career.
I never dreamt of it.
You were doing it for yourself though.
But it's a career.
If you-
But
if
but you're not working at a warehouse.
If you stay till 7 o'clock at night, it's because you put the work.
And you enjoy it.
That's not someone telling you
And you're-
stay till 7. It's you know what I mean.
Yeah,
You're trying it for you. You're
Yeah, but there's something about like.
But if
I'm glad that it's not like a. I can't imagine where I just had a couple houses that I rented, and I'm like calling the realtor, like, hey, they're paying the rent. Hey, did you check up on the place? Like the being able to go out, like there's something I think in a man that being able to go out to fix something, to install something, to build something, it gives you that purpose of like, I made something. I earned my keep today. I not by anybody else's will, but my own. You know what I mean? So that's why I think a lot of business owners get that fulfillment. And some people, the nerdier ones, they get it through building software, or they get it through making apps, or they get it through,
I don't.
No, I'm just saying.
No, I know what you're saying. Like, I know what you're saying. That,
Like,
like,
if
that's
you're
that
taking-
physical labor.
Huh?
You're talking about like physical labor.
Yeah, I think you need it.
Yeah, I think.
I think you need to do.
So do
you
I.
don't need physical labor per se if you're doing other things physical. Like you work out as hard as you were doing physical. Like if I worked out as hard as I fucking loaded some of his machines at work, you know what I mean? Like if I did it for myself, for me, the whole thing is I want to do things.
Well, build your foundation. You're building someone else's foundation. Then
Like my
if you get
job.
fired, it's like I'm back to nothing. I'm on the streets basically. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if I build my foundation and it's like, oh, I got cut off, I have the foundation to, you know what I mean?
At the end of the day, it's a meritocracy. Hard work pays off. Math
Yeah.
don't lie. So
Yeah.
they put a lot of hard work into the math, and whether you do it with rocket fuel or regular gasoline, it's gonna.
I think for me, it's building something for myself. Like even if I would join the military, I would have to get out and still build something for myself. You know what I mean? So it's like,
You just
do I take that 3 to 4 years to build something for myself, or do I take that 3 to 4 years to like put myself better in financial position, travel the world, put it better for my family? It is perspective. You know what I mean? It's no wrong way or
Your
right.
asset can be a house, or your asset could be a lawnmower and a weed whacker, and you're gonna go and hit this whole block in a day and make $3,000. Oh yeah, it's just all about how much work you're willing to put into it and what field you want to do within. Or I remember for a while there, I think it was before you left, I found this dude. His name is like Carlos or something, or Jose on YouTube. He's 19 years old, bought a single cab long bed truck, lawnmower, weed whacker, leaf blower, making $1,000 a day by himself, just hitting neighborhoods by himself. And I remember, do you remember me telling you about that? And for him, he was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a lot of money. This is how I'm gonna do it. This is my path. I gotta believe in it. I gotta fix my own shit, and that's what he did. For you, might be vending machines or apartments. It just depends on what it looks like for you.
Not vending machines. 'Cause I'm gonna scale it better, but
An example.
I know. But maybe apartments.
When there's people that don't have jobs, they do Amazon fulfillment.
But I'm learning.
They're wanting to do with Amazon
But
fulfillment.
if I'm learning, if you have financial literacy, you can make money without even spending money. If you know what you're doing.
make money work for you.
Yeah, not even that,
I
but
mean-
like if you just have your credit right,
Free lunch. Oh,
even if you just have
that's still in your name.
but that's not really what you think it is. So
Yeah, but a lot of people that had debt during COVID,
yeah, but I'm learning that that's looked at the wrong way.
Wasn't paying that year rentals. They weren't paying rent.
But imagine if you're $200,000 in debt. But imagine if you're $200,000 in debt your assets mark out to $2.2 million.
Well, yeah, that's nothing.
Because I'm saying, but you want in debt to grow those assets. You know what I mean? So like if you use, I'm saying there's
I know,
ways
but
that if you use, there's ways to.
I agree with that. But if you don't have any money, like if I have $1,000 in the bank, I have no business using my credit to go buy an $800,000 what I would call asset if it's really a liability and I can't.
Well, if you have to
fix it.
that's why you have to know if it's a liability or not.
If somebody gets hurt on it, if it starts to fall apart, it needs plumbing, it needs electrical, I can't afford it. Now I got to take a debt out against it. So that way I can get your stuff fixed. Like, there is a formula to go about it. And I think you learn that by putting the work to like,
Yeah.
because then you say to yourself,
Learn that fucking up. Yeah.
I worked 120 hours for this money and I'm about to buy this thing that I really believe in that hopefully will make me money and not bite me in the ass.
But it's probably to learn where liability is, where
Always from your kids and your wife. So the sacrifice, I think once you do all of that hard work for that sacrifice, that value's there. You're like, do I really believe in this vending machine or lawnmower business? Or like, I think that's why you have to do the physical things. Have to put the work in, whether it's
yeah,
the
believe that.
work or the brain or.
But that's why I say when it comes to me, it's like for me to put that 8,000 or whatever money into this. That's why for me it's like instead of me working 2 jobs and me kind of doing something outside of my element, um, I'd rather put the $8,000 into the knowledge I have now and say like audio or say like if I put $8,000 into a recording, I'd rather put $8,000 into a recording studio than put $8,000 into a box truck because I know the business behind it already. You know what I mean? Like I know I could generate.
But at the end of the day, it's art.
Yeah, and it's opinion based.
So
Yeah.
it's art. So
It's
art,
always there. But
especially in the
but
world
I'm
of
not.
fine
But
art,
I'm not putting my money into art. I'm putting my money into other people's art. I'm not saying like I'm gonna be the artist. Artists are gonna pay me for their art.
painters got to buy their paint somewhere.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be the paint. I'm gonna be the distributor. Like you come to me to create your art. I'm not creating the art. I'm not getting no royalties, which could benefit me if I'm a big artist. But you're the one that's benefiting. You're the one that's basing your progress or whatever off your art. You come to me because I'm a service.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying like I'd rather get in that instead of being like if I had $10,000, I know I can make a lot of money off a box truck because that's just how
I know, but
money works.
I know, but you're buying a studio and you're still trading your time for money. The box truck, you're not gonna have.
But that's what I'm learning too. Like if I would buy a studio, I would think about, hey, instead of me being an engineer, let me hire an engineer, a really good engineer.
He's know that, but you love.
But I like engineering.
So it
But
kind of you pay but you have time for something that you like to do, and it's for you.
But at the same time,
engineer for
I'm trying to. I don't know.
But that,
But I'm trying to pivot out of it. I'm trying to because
you want more
I
stability.
love engineer, but maybe that should be a hobby for me. I mean, if I'm saying if say we had the money to buy a studio, right? And if I'm focused on my ROI or focused on my assets, right? It would make more sense for me to invest into an engineer and hire an engineer than me to work the job so I can be out here growing other assets while this is generating me income. So I don't have to be there, right? So I hire you to be an engineer because I know you have the knowledge and this is what you love to do, right? While you're running the studio in a sense, I can be out growing more assets.
So you got to get with me.
Well, yeah, that's fine. Because if you're a bad seed, that's normal. Like that's just human.
You got to deal with me.
Then I got to get rid of you.
Then you're gonna have to deal with the next guy, and then you got to
Then-
find somebody to replace me.
But that's why it comes to just human nature.
Hire somebody else to do the hiring.
But I'd rather hire a professional than hire them for me. It's more beneficial for me to hire.
Your aunt does HR.
But it's beneficial for me to hire someone that does this than for me to like say if I need someone to do cover arts and I need cover arts done. And if I'm trying to do cover arts all the time, that's not what I want to do. I'm not good at it. It's gonna be ass.
I still do.
But if I hire someone else to do it, it's gonna be.
I still see it as high risk because there's a human element involved. Because all it takes is to hire one bad egg that puts a bad.
Yeah, but that's why you just don't.
bit of a perspective that
that's
you
why-
said hire an engineer. If I was going to build a studio, that's a studio that I would work at. Like for me, I want to do
Yeah.
a pocket. I want to open a podcast studio for other people.
But if I'm doing it as an asset, that's what I'm saying. If I'm doing it as a liability or an
It
asset,
would be a liability at first, and
Well,
also
it's
it's a,
something.
unless
but-
we were doing it.
but you can't.
But even if I'm doing it, it's a little bit of both. But if I'm saying more of a business guy, like I'm saying maybe like 10, because I want to do it now. Right now, if that's what I'm in that shoes, I want to record. I love to do it. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's taken away from me growing more assets. You know what I mean? Because it's time. But if I knew someone like me that I trusted, say Junior was a fucking great engineer, right? I knew he can kill it. Like, oh, I'm moving up a business. I'm gonna hire him, and I trust him, and I know he's gonna do me right because
vacation.
I'm gonna make sure he gets his vacation, and he's calling sick. I'll cover. You know what I mean? I'll make. You know what I mean? It would be like something like that. It would be a one thing that like you work for me. Not only that, I work for you in a sense too. Like, but you know, something like that. That like I can really trust this person to grow for me, or we're gonna grow together, even though I own the business.
But with the studio, you're never gonna get the same amount of money each one.
No, but that's what I'm saying though. If I would never get the same amount of money if I'm running it myself because I'm locked into this.
Like if
You know what I mean? But if I hired him and he's running the studio and I'm making sure that I'm getting what I need out of it, whatever, I can grow other things while the studio's still running. Yeah, like I'm gotta be there. But if I had to be there every single day running this business, it takes away from that box me in.
But it takes away from that being dependent on it, because if your studio gets snowed in one day and nobody can show up, you lose.
But that's what I'm saying. But if I hired another engineer, I'm ready. By that time, I've already grew another asset. So like my studio shut today. Oh, well, I bought a restaurant, whatever the case may be, and I don't know. I'm trying to think of like you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of like
I just don't think about that part yet.
me neither, but I'm trying to start thinking like that.
So-
If we would start something, obviously I would, like I said, I would want an engineer, but it comes to a point where it's like
I think you know how you get your answer.
God,
You so
the Bible. Read it.
you say 10 grand and don't spend it, and be diligent on saving it, and then say to yourself,
Now I have 10 grand. What am I?
am I really going to put all this money down on a studio? Do I have enough clientele? Are they loyal enough? Is my name out there enough to do this?
Yeah,
Now I'm going to work and I'm not getting a paycheck. I'm not getting a paycheck because I have to pay the rent of the studio. So now I can't buy.
well, it would be
computers.
both.
I can't.
I would look from simple. We talk about like the studio would be if we would jump into something like that. Say a studio would be open for like 4 to like 12. So I would work from
full time.
work full time then.
So you need to save up $10,000 and see what you.
Well, as I'm saying, but that
if I open, like, I'm not gonna podcast fucking photo.
but we would do it together. Then he would kind of not be an investor, but like he was to be working full time too. Like you know what I mean?
I would work my job full time still.
Yeah.
So I've made enough money outside of my
A transition.
transition. But if I had my own space, like, I'd love to.
But that's not that $10,000. Not that a lot of money.
It's not.
No. And honestly, like I don't know. I don't want to talk about it right now. It's kind of personal. I'm saying I'm getting 10,000 plus back from taxes. We didn't get back yet. So I'm saying I'm trying to figure out a position where I can, even if I invest a couple thousand or 100, that can get the ball rolling. Even if I don't know, I'd rather do that than not do it. And then
I know, but you got to make sure it's a sure thing. It's a big.
that's what I'm saying. But I'd rather
That's why
the sure thing would be what I know for audio instead of
you like that much money into something. Like I'm not looking at just to make money right away. Like I wouldn't build for me. I still want to build something.
like a foundation.
Yeah, but I would love if I got my own studio. Like I would care if I had to fucking
For this right now, I would work it.
or work full time and then.
But eventually, yeah.
A recording studio, podcast studio, fucking.
Kind of what Shetty was doing in a sense, but not what he was doing in a sense. Like he was an engineer, but he hired other engineers because he was trying to just do business eventually.
So,
But he didn't do the right route about it. He could have.
So back to the way what I said earlier is you're gonna work your ass off
I had to at first, regardless.
to
Regardless, you have to at first.
feed the dream
Or I'm gonna feed my dream with somebody else's,
until.
or I'm gonna work my ass off my whole life to feed somebody else's. So it's either I do it now and then put little by little money into something else to feed my dream, or I'm gonna feed somebody's dream for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? And I don't want to do that.
It's a big job.
Yeah, but so it's military.
That's your other option.
That's the only other option. What other option is there? Or the death? Not to be weird, but like, what other option is there? I'm not gonna sell drugs, rob banks.
Yeah.
Go get a trade.
But that's a career. That's the same thing.
But
That is
still
what
feeling.
when you say get a trade. I have a bachelor's degree in audio, so that is my trade.
So then go work for a studio.
I did that.
But you're not.
I learned it. I've learned that the industry is changing. I gotta own my own shit. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like I gotta own my own shit. That even when it comes to the pro sounds, that I kind of look down on the owner, but like I was like, damn, I feel like I get paid more. But I understand from his business as like that's an asset. He's like I understand it. I understand it, but that's why I gotta grow my. That's why I'm not talking out. I just gotta grow my own shit. I can't put myself back in that position of redundancy in the same circle of, well, let me go work for another studio. I know how it works. No, fuck it. Let me take a year off and grow my own shit. Cause you know what I mean. If I don't take that year off, I'm gonna be stuck in a cycle for 5+ years, or
And you're gonna dive
then I
into
hate it
So
eventually.
you're gonna dive into it like all in. So you're essentially gonna be working 2 jobs and only home to sleep.
Yeah, eventually.
But
Makes sense.
but
I'd rather work.
You can't do that because
But for me,
I'd rather work.
if I was doing it, I would do that other part for myself, where if I own building and be at our own studio. If he was working for himself, it's not feel like you're giving somebody else time
Because
to do that.
if I want to be like working with 2 jobs, yeah, it'll be like
It's not like working too.
I'll work my
And
day job, then come home and build my business.
in the case, run around just.
But it wasn't something about how to like it was stuck about how to work my day job, then go how to work a part-time job or somebody else. You know what I mean? So I'd rather work my day job than go home and build my company or build my
Yeah.
whatever it is. You know what I mean? And if I would have did that 10 years ago, it would be different. But if I would join, that's what I'm saying. Like, even join the military 10 years ago would be different. It's
As
just,
long as you have a plan.
it's just perspective.
Yeah, as long as you have a plan.
And I'm,
And
but
be ahead of it. Be ahead of,
But the good thing with him is like even if I have a plan, I get off the track of the plan so much. But you has someone like you to be like, "What the fuck you doing?" Or you know what I mean. We don't have that in a sense. So it's like I gotta be that one person myself. Like, damn, I past 2 weekends I got drunk. Past 2 weekends I didn't do nothing on my free time. What the fuck am I doing? You know what I mean?
But I think your concept solid. I mean, the field that you're talking about, I'm not familiar with it enough. That's what I know, just from what I know and like history is like you go do a trade and bang it out, try to get a company, make good money, get benefits.
You say get into a good company, like
But that's changing.
I hate that.
That's changing
I
now.
don't want to work for a good
But
Oh, like Mariah's at a great company.
But she can transition now.
What do you think?
She can be like you one day. Work for yourself.
But it's gonna take her 5 years.
That's fine.
So she has to put that 5 years. That's what I'm saying.
working towards something.
Yeah.
She's working towards that, and then when she gets her journeyman, then she
Well, if I can go to the company I work for is a great company.
But like he can't transition one day in his own position.
Yeah, like I
Because they're not good. Like he's not learning. They're keeping him in a position, not to be rude or anything. But they're keeping him in a position, so it's just a recycle for him.
I know, but compared into a plumber or a HVAC guy or an electrician or something, he's considered,
Yeah, I don't mean to be this shit, but he's a man.
it's considered unskilled labor.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying is, if you learn a trade, you're learning a skill. It's skilled labor. It builds the infrastructure of the country. It builds the houses. It builds the courthouses, the shopping malls of and the infrastructure of the country. So that trade, you're going to be marketable everywhere, and they're always going to need those trades, especially your generation, because your generation doesn't want to do physical labor. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. From my perspective, I'm seeing it as like, I hear your concept, and for you, that's good. You got a bachelor's degree in it, like you're good at it. You know what I mean? But from my perspective, I'm like, it sounds like it's high risk, especially in the age of AI and the way things are turning. Like, no one thought that AI would hit art first. Everyone thought AI would hit productivity first.
I think that's gonna change though.
Like labor.
I think it's been changing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
It costs more money.
it costs so much money to build that initial infrastructure in robotics
And automation.
to do your job. Doesn't make it worth for the product that you're making.
No, I think.
But artists make
it-
huge amounts of money. So
But I think the art's smaller than the.
generate it.
I think art's smaller than corporations because art's only so big. And then I think when I think about AI sometimes too, I think about how the computer, like how they were making beats on NPCs, and then the computer came in and they started making beats on like FL Studio. That's how I'm starting to look at AI, because I would look at AI like, oh, it's taking music industry out. Nobody's gonna wanna, you know what I mean? It's gonna like,
It's programmed. So every time Azure types in, "Hey, give me
But-
every
but
movie of
humans-
seat into YouTube," and then he finds it and he plays the whole thing through. He just taught YouTube that is that type of thing.
Yeah, but
And now
humans are gonna want human made shit.
Like that now, but even on the Rogan show, he's playing that.
Yeah, but even, bro, that's not, you don't, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it might be a wave, it might be like a trend, but humans want that's even when it comes to making beats. Like,
I want a cell phone case that's made by a robot and a computer.
but that's a cell phone case, but art. You want something, you want to feel human, like when it comes to music, right? A lot of the people making beats, a lot of times people that are starting making beats now, even me, are not successful because it's in the computer. Like you have to realize the mess up's the beauty of it. Like
Yeah, but the computer knows now there's a verse, chorus, bridge,
yeah,
chorus.
but it's saying
And
it's
then
even
it
like
sounds
even with you playing the drums, right? You're tapping the hi hat, right? The computer now is every two, like like you can hear it when the computer's register hi hats. But producers are like offsetting and like not quantizing and like having them out on grid. So because it's just human, like I mean, you're not hitting the same exact time every time.
Guys learning that.
Yeah, but it's AI is not gonna be able to show emotion and eventually it's I mean eventually maybe, but I don't think it's gonna we're gonna want to hear. 'Cause if I know if a human made this or a computer when it comes to art, when it comes to
But
music,
now, like,
maybe in like 20 years, but like
Because you're an artist though.
But
I'm not an artist.
so bring it back. Yeah, you are. So bring it back to my original point. That's why I said I agree with your concept. But I feel like it's high risk because it's not a sure thing that our infrastructure is going to keep building.
I don't think anything's a sure thing now.
But that's why like I don't want to be. There's more feasibility in other
I'm
things.
saying in his lifetime, I think infrastructure is going to keep. We're going to keep building malls. We're going to keep building houses. We're going to keep building courthouses. And the population is going to get more and more. So that's why I see like, okay, so the things that build those things are a sure thing. Whereas like,
Yeah, but I don't even think that's gonna happen. I think everything's gonna be digitalized. Like soon, you're not even gonna have to go to like
It'll be 3D build.
go to court. Though they're not even malls are closing down. You go to mall in York, it's fucking wasteland.
in that way, since COVID,
That's what I'm saying. But like now,
Amazon,
yeah. So we're not gonna be building as many malls or even schools, or it's all gonna be do it on your computer, on your phone.
she's building a data center right now, or in a head. That data center has to be replaced in 6 years by who? By concrete.
Yeah, but a data center. So you're taking out 4 things to build one data center.
But those data centers are
I know, but I'm saying eventually the numbers ain't gonna work when it comes to like everything. You know what I mean? You're not gonna have this much plumbing in the data center because you're not gonna have people working in the data center since AI. You know what I'm saying?
they're gonna need the people to build the stuff.
Because they've got to learn something. They've got to learn the 3D print a fucking building.
and who's going to maintain a 3D printer?
AI.
You see what I'm saying? Nope. Eventually, but at first humans will have to.
Yeah, I'm saying people say like people saying sure thing. I don't think like nowadays I don't think anything's a sure thing.
I think that skills with your hands, if you know, it's like and work ethic, and that's what I'm saying. Like there's not when you talk about like plumbing, and when you talk about all those things that build infrastructure. Well, what happened?
I was looking at my muscles.
And let me cut you off for change subject. For me,
go to service
the start would be to build a studio because that's what I know. But eventually, I understand within the next 10 to 15, 20 years, that's not going to be a service. Because I understand, yeah, like people record on their phones and it sounds great. You know what I mean? So I understand that's coming. That's why
We get into the business of burning CDs.
Yeah, technically.
yeah, that's why like it will be so beneficial just to run a one studio environment. You know, what I mean, right now in this day and age, for the next 5 to 10 years, like we could benefit from that. But after that, that's why I say I would rather hire someone to do it. So well, I can grow the 5 to 10 years and grow other assets and other things. Even AI, I even messaged you the other day, but like, yo, I'm about to get into growing an AI consultant. Like, I'm about to grow my own AI consultant. Like just to like even when it comes to AI giving me news, you know what I mean? Have AI work for me to give me news every day. But news like from good sources, so you can do that. So like, I don't know. I'm trying to learn. I remember being in high school and learning about Bitcoin in like 2016, 2015, like learning about Bitcoin, like writing it down in a notebook and everything, and be like, this shit don't make no fucking sense, and I just forgot all about it. 10 years later, it was like if I would have invested $10 into Bitcoin, then I would have been fucking not necessarily rich, but just to know that like. So I'm trying to get in front of the. I don't know. I'm just trying to keep my mind open and get in front of it. Like,
I think it's so exponential by the time you start understanding what it's doing. It's already.
but that's what I'm saying. I don't understand it now, but I'm trying to.
AI, I still understand.
I'm trying. It's super early now, though.
Yeah.
Eventually, 20 years from now, I'll be running every company in the world.
I built 2 Fs because I was bored.
That's
I
what
used AI.
I'm saying. But like, how about? I'm trying to look at it like, what can I use if I could benefit from it? Another human being could.
What's crazy is, see, back in the day when Ford or General Motors made a car, you had to get it from the dealership that got it from the manufacturer, and nobody was building cars. Where now everybody's in their office or their gaming space,
Not in a fucking
everybody
yeah,
making sure.
because it's so accessible.
That's why I don't think it's gonna be what everyone says it's gonna be.
What AI? I think it's gonna be bigger than whatever they know.
That is really big. I think it's gonna be the next big thing. I think it's gonna be God or yes, with the next.
I think it's gonna walk alongside us.
I think it's either we do it, but with that, like, be everything.
They either we ban and destroy it, or it's gonna take over
It'd be like Tars.
eventually.
That's what Interstellar. Yeah, have you ever seen Interstellar? Yeah, that's gonna.
Is that when they went to a different planet, Mars, and
You didn't see Arrival or Interstellar?
no?
Did you see what's the other?
And no, another alien movie.
Yeah, that's like good though.
See, that's what I'm saying. It all connects, though. We're talking about aliens when we were talking about for how long? I think it all connects.
I haven't seen.
I think
Interstellar. That's like a life-changing movie.
I think it really all
Talking about S4 the documentary.
it all connects. I think it literally all connects, and
Why do you say no like that? Like,
you don't believe
I wasn't looking for it. No,
it. You don't believe it, do you?
No, it's a deception. He'll learn the people that you're talking about are creating the dark, the evil people. No, that's a deception.
I think it's going too far.
I feel like
It's too far. We're in a space of information, and then
you think you're trying to force it on us.
I think
we're trying to.
I think for 80 years they try to like
try to hide it.
try to hide it. Now it's like the information's out. We can't.
But they're worried about something else. Like they're like, oh, that little shit. Oh, we already, you know.
I think because in 80 years ago, what we're learning now, 80 years ago was like so dark, but it got so advanced and so dark by then. They're just gonna give us
But like, look at
the iceberg has it.
come out yet because it's the Joe Biden the Joe Biden puppet, the shuffling one. I think they don't want to shuffle an alien up on the stage, and I think we're waiting for that moment where,
Hey, this is P7583. He's gonna have a word with the American people. Here's the alien.
But you're saying you don't believe in it, but you say that then.
no,
It's not gonna be real. They say.
it's a deception.
yeah.
We can clone babies. There's a service in Canada where you can clone animals.
They can clone. Yeah, them. Tom Brady did to his dog.
Think about what AI can do. Think about even the rocket ships and all. There's no length that anyone will not go to. So why would it be so above and beyond?
Well, at that point,
That's not real.
We're gonna fuck.
but it is just. I'm saying that it's not. That it is real.
I think. But why is it so bizarre that
I think it's both. I feel like they can do both. I feel like
I think it's the Truman Show?
It is because you know the whole thing about Area 51, where there's a technology there is like 20 years ahead of what we got now.
they said all the black programs are like 50 years
That's
ahead of.
because there was no. You know why? Because if you notice, after Einstein, there was no brilliant scholars. Because those scholars got all the bright and brilliant people, and they were making tech on.
Yeah, what do you think they got now? Like, yeah, we have this AI and everything, and it's
That's just stuff that we have access to, bro.
yeah.
I know, but I'm saying like, imagine if we don't have
It's a
access.
Truman Show. Like who in their right mind creates mythos and tries to get mythos to come?
So you don't think there's extraterrestrials and other human like other?
I'm gonna show you how much. I'm gonna show you how much is the Truman Show. They created mythos.
I don't know. I feel like you guys aren't thinking.
They created mythos, and mythos
Fancy the simulation.
Is an AI that is an exploitive AI, right? And they said, hey, we need you to get it out. You don't have internet. You need to figure out how to get out of here. And it figured out how to get internet, how to send emails, and all this other stuff. Why is it that less than 6 months later, the UK would say, hey, we want to try it in our banks? Why? How does that make sense? That doesn't make any logical sense. Why would you put in relation to crash the banks in the UK? Like, who in the right mind would take this exploitive AI that they just create?
I don't know what the fuck you're trying to tell me. They would use.
With the hacking AI.
They could use it to like.
So, what are you trying to play?
It's the Truman Show.
What the fuck's a Truman Show?
never seen the Truman Show. Oh my god!
No.
Oh my god!
His life is a movie or a TV show.
I believe we live in a simulation and they live in a sense. I feel like that's what I'm saying. We're engineered. I feel like we're in a simulation.
Like you guys are saying.
No, I'm in simulation. Does exactly what you're
I feel like we're in a simulation too. I feel like if we asked an AI to time travel, I feel like if we asked AI to time travel, it would find a way to time travel.
How do y'all feel about what
I
do
mean, I
what
feel
do you
like
think sports are like NFL, NBA, or
Well,
what?
let's not get started there.
I
What did Rome do?
no,
They need to
I feel like
people.
people were like,
They had
"Oh,
gladiators
sports are
fighting.
fake." That shit's not fake. So I play sports. You can't fake a fucking touchdown pass 50 yards and to catch it.
You can script it, but
No, but the people play their whole. No, I don't believe because people that go broke and people that
Kind of a cover up. You know what I mean?
I think it's just,
created because they were fucking superhumans. And
yeah, and people just
like
like.
guy can run 70 fucking.
Yeah, I feel like sports are real.
You're
Like,
reducing it. You're thinking about the player.
no, you guys are thinking too. When it comes to sport, that is the most natural thing of humans. I
I'm
feel
talking
like.
about the guy that's in.
Yeah, competition. Like we're humans. Like people cry, people kill people else. It's like you guys are thinking too deep.
No, I'm thinking like
Like
not the players knowing, but I think it's like, hey, like you're winning this year, you're losing this year. This is what's gonna happen this game.
in a sense,
like slave trade.
yeah, but you can say that, but you can't control fucking LeBron hitting that 3-pointer last night.
No.
That shit was ridiculous. Like there's no way you can control that. There's no way.
Right.
I think
The
like,
way it happened, yeah.
like that's just sports and like
Yeah, I believe it's like scripted like that, where
I feel like
the WWE, where it's like, okay, go out here and fake a front back. It's like,
Yeah,
I don't even think that. I think more of it like from the ref's point of view of
think
like
that either.
the refs can push the game at a certain point, but it comes to human abilities and human, like you can throw the fucking ball. I don't know, like throw me the fucking ball, I can catch it or not. Who could control me catching it? Me. No, it's not like like someone can go in and be like, make sure he drops it.
Either which way, I think sports are just trash.
they are.
Yeah, I think so too. Because even nowadays, there's people at wars and dying, and everyone's still watching sports. But I think we need that.
yeah.
What is it?
Not that we need it. I think it's.
I think we need it because I think we need. It's refreshing.
rather that's in politics all.
Yeah,
And then make some symbolism connection for you.
I
So,
think we need it.
so
It keeps us fresh.
I mean, and it has part to do with
Yes, I understand this too, but
this has part to do with my faith, but so Satan was cast down from heaven to earth, right?
I guess
With other angels. Angels are celestial beings. Yeah, celestial beings. All these famous people are celebrities. It comes from the celestial. They all come from Los Angeles, which means the angels. And what's on the Hollywood Walk of Fame? It's stars. So I think that world was created because man wanted us to idolize and worship celebrities and stars and superstars and athletes and stuff like that as a distraction, because I think it takes the focus off of your faith. I think it takes the focus off of what you should be doing with your life, or what you
Don't think you think.
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
All of the language of that. I mean, that's just. I mean, think of all the connections I just. I mean, you have to be like at least like.
yeah, and you really have to be an athlete to be in the military too, in a sense, right?
What do you mean?
You have to like everything that a
Hell
sports
no.
player or athlete has now.
Who worships First Sergeant Wood out at First Battalion at Poignant Gap? Nobody.
The guy that's underneath them.
No, but I'm saying, but you put these people in these places
Because they accomplish so much great things.
What did the Kardashians accomplish?
That's not sports.
No, I'm not. But I'm just. No, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, but people, even for me, looking up to you. Yeah, but they accomplish something.
Mm,
Yes and no, I think. Yeah, I agree in a sense because we're all just human. They just they're just better out.
He was like, your kids wear because I say it's hot. That's why they wear. You know, you have to.
That's just human nature.
That's a repeated ego thing.
That's just human nature.
Because Tyler the Creator says the same thing in his song.
Yeah, but like even you wearing that just because like you're. Yeah, but and it's cool. Like I like it, but like you wouldn't wear just a cheap, like ripped up, stained shirt, would you? Unless you liked it though, or unless it was like something you seen somebody else wearing. It was like, wow, I like that.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I never said look what Jay-Z's wearing.
But me either. But I'm just saying in the sense of like in a sense of just seeing like even his shirt. It's a little different. I don't see me wearing that.
like
But
right now where I'm like fighting materialism. Like I don't
know.
I don't.
We gotta wrap these up soon, but
I don't think we need the things that we think we.
no, I don't think so.
Like even switching to the phone. Like, oh, bring it back to the phone.
Yeah, tell us about this. before we switched.
But the iPhone shouldn't have been that hard. I'm a grown man. Like I'm 44 years old. Why is it so difficult that now I don't have
Damn, Bron's bowling. He's his age.
I don't have Instagram.
It's
I
crazy.
don't have Facebook. I don't have Snapchat anymore. And like, I'm having a really hard time with it. Like I was borderline depressed last week because we've interacted so much through social media and socializing through social media. And I was like, you know what? If somebody wants to come visit me, somebody wants to call me, somebody wants to text me to meet up or something, that's good. That's how I want to socialize. But
Yeah, it's coming too much. Like, you don't read the message you send on Facebook. They got to read all the ones you send on Snapchat. Then.
Why do you talk to me in person? What else I gotta fucking? Who are
I
you?
found my personal information on, it was like 480 websites.
You can get that. You can buy like get a service, take that all off.
I did. I'm paying for somebody to take it all off.
Yeah, I'll think about the
I used to do it, so I have to like physically click to write, so that way they can write them a letter threatening, and I need to remove it and all this other stuff. But so I was thinking like, what is it that, how did I get here? Like, and it was just the growth of the digital age.
I know for all these social
By
bio.
little, and like now,
A Facebook can tag you.
yeah. And I'm not trying to like hide from any 3-letter agencies or nothing, but for everyone to know how to find me, where I'm at, what my grandkids look like, what my phone number is, my address, like a scary habit. Yeah, you know what I mean? To have Alexa in the house, listen to your like, I'm done with all that. So I switched. I got a Pixel. I locked it to graphene. So that way
I know it's definitely. I agree. I took a whole day off just from a text them. It was probably like a day or two. I deleted all social media from my phone, and I felt so free. Like I felt refreshed.
because it literally goes against the human evolution.
Yeah.
Because of our brain and how
So much time.
our chemical in our brain.
YouTube and yeah, but I'm learning something now.
But no,
Yeah.
but when I got it back, I did like was more up to date on what's going on in the world and like even sports or like. But it didn't benefit. It doesn't benefit me as a human being.
But like, as I scroll, I literally think about like what it's doing to my brain. I see a funny video and I'm like laughing, and I see the next video of someone getting shot.
We're on
Oh
You
shit!
see the next video, someone getting fucking fucked.
And I really like
what the fuck's going?
I physically think about like what my brain's doing right now. So, like it's so crazy.
That's why you're tired of fucking millennial count.
Yeah.
Bro, X is fucking crazy. I just got on it yesterday. Literally with like 3 posts, I seen someone with I don't even want to share it, but someone with the arm chopped off. Next page was some tits out, and the next one was just like about some random shit. And I was like, I need to get the fuck off.
If you click on the right video, you can get all 3 of that in the same video.
That's what I'm saying. It was like all back to back, and I was like, it was like suggested for you. I'm like, I haven't been on this app in how fucking long.
Every now and again, I get on and this is not a sponsor, but Ground News. You got to check out Ground News.
That's when you sent me. You got to pay for it. Paywalls.
No, you just gotta hit the little X at the top.
I did, but then I'm forbidden.
Oh, I got a feed in there.
It's forbidden.
I thought I had the left view, the right view, and it has the center view, and it'll tell you where it's lacking, right? And then it'll say the companies that the stations that cover this, they're owned by these companies, and it'll say like, oh, so now you see like, oh, Fox, NBC, blah blah, but they're all owned by or whatever. Now you see what kind of agenda they're trying to push. At least you don't have the answer for it, but at least you know.
Yeah.
All of it.
All of them.
But yeah, I get on Ground News to get my news, and on my work phone, I have checked Instagram a couple times, but
Did you see the video of the guy exposing the CDC of all the head members are all yeah. What do y'all think about that? That like COVID.
that's a whole nother episode.
They run everything.
It's so crazy.
I don't know. I just think we're into weird fields, and I feel like if we don't step back like you are, and we are at times we're gonna be in crazy waters.
Yeah, I mean, I know I get annoying, but that's why
No, I agree with you.
I'll tell Mariah, or I'll tell him, but like, if you want to play ball, let's get together, play ball, because I'm not in the Snapchat group anymore, so I'm craving that, you know what I mean, that interaction, because we got into the habit of like, hey, this is what I'm doing, click. This is what I'm doing, click.
For what? Look at this.
Yeah, one now.
Or look at this link, or look at this pod, or look at, you know what I mean. So now I'm the weird guy that's like, hey, you guys want to come over for some coffee?
But then we need to get back to that
You guys
though.
want to go play basketball?
I think we're going to when it starts growing more AI. People are gonna generally,
And it could-
or at least a section of people.
Think about that too. Like, this is past, like, you guys say 3 weeks that I've been trying to work out stuff off my phone. Even if I'm down here lifting my fucking kettlebells for half hour, I'm doing something I feel better for myself. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to get away from the internet. Trying to get away from the digital shit.
It's so weird. I was just thinking about like how weird it would be if I asked you, "Hey, you want to have a face-to-face conversation?"
Come over so we could talk.
I did.
Yeah,
What we're doing, bro.
This space to it right now.
FaceTime me. You know what I mean?
but it's like if I had to, if I want to talk about something, I can just call you. You know, it's like
But back in the day, we used to show up at your house.
Yeah.
They used to show up at our house. And we would,
I'll ride bike to your fucking house.
Yeah.
So what are you doing? Oh, eating dinner.
sweet. Like, babe, Beep's here. She's here with Bailey and Junior. Okay, I'll make coffee. You know what I mean, Liz?
It's now it feels like it's not just me and Jill showing them. Now it's me, Jill, Joe, and Jed.
Yeah, no, but
I mean, it's now.
yeah, but and Jenny used to show up with all her kids. That's how it used to be before the digital age. It was just you call like, "Hey, are you home? Okay, we'll be over in a little bit. Hey, I'll make a big pot of spaghetti. You remember them days, like ramen, or make a big pot of ramen?
Really? I don't even remember.
Yeah, but now it's not. It's like, oh, let's see what's going on. Let's see what he posted.
When you go to my house first, the spaghetti.
No.
Yes. Well, when if Jenna's still baking? Oh yeah, she just posted. She's baking some cookies.
And I know where she's gonna be at tomorrow at 9 o'clock because she posted that she has a pop. I mean, like
Yeah, I wonder where Gil's at. Oh look, he's in Spain right now. That's dope. I wish I was.
Snapchat map.
I mean,
Oh, you just posted that a minute ago.
Dude, I'd rather that than what's Drake doing. I'd rather check in on Miguel than Drake. You know what I mean? Like that's what I use my social media for. I'm trying to get outside of. I'm trying to get back inside a bubble of people like care about what I like. You know,
see, I'd rather like, hey, let's go to eat. Let's go grab some pizza.
Yeah,
Let's go grab a
that's what
beer.
I'm saying. I'm just trying to focus on my bladders, John Place. What's fucking Khabib doing? Oh, fuck, he tries on the bear again, dude. You know what I mean? Like, it really doesn't fucking matter what Khabib's doing to me. You know what I mean? I just have the access still. Like, I'm trying to like close my circle a little bit, but we can wrap this. Yeah, we got wrap.
What temp?
All right. Well, we appreciate you guys coming on.
We got.
I don't know what your schedule or
What do you got going on in the next couple like?
Gary Poples. Yeah, when you dropping it?
Podcast.
Not at least for another week.
Monday. I'll think of
Next Monday.
Well, this
3 days.
He can't tell you.
We'll maybe cut this out.
or we can wait. That's what I'm saying. Like, get something.
Well, let's just say if he whatever he tells you, you have to mute. You have to promise that you cut it out.
We can stop recording though.
Hey, we're gonna stop right now.
All right, yeah.
All right, we'll wrap it up, everybody. We appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate you tuning into what we got going on, a little bit of Miguel's life, everybody's life, and we'll be back with another one soon.
Timeless.
Thank you.